Hey guys, welcome back to Spooky Tuesday, a weekly podcast where we're breaking down all of our favorite slashers, thrillers, monster movies, and black comedies on the new scariest day of the week. I'm Sydney Thompson.
I'm Monica Haidt.
And I'm Chelsea Duff. And we're doing something a little different this episode. You guys know that we usually like to just cover a scary movie. We stay on one movie at a time for the most part, other than our side chatter. But we decided to do something a little different when Raiders of the Last Podcast asked us to collab. They wanted us to do a horror movie draft with them. And so we are drafting our favorite teams out of 70s and 80s movies and facing off to see who did the best job, who put together the strongest team, or maybe just the cutest team.
The quirkiest team.
The coolest, raddest team around. So we'll let you guys decide whose team is best. And you can vote on Spotify later or let us know on social media and reviews on Apple Podcasts, wherever. But we will let Anthony and James take it away from here.
Welcome back to Raiders of the Lost Podcast, the ultimate film and TV podcast. Today we're going to be doing a horror movie draft. This is the first time we've ever done a draft. Today it's going to be about 1970s and 1980s horror. And we are joined by special guests, the Spooky Tuesday podcast, Monica Haidt, Chelsea Duff, and Sydney Thompson. Thank you so much for joining our first ever movie draft. How are you doing?
I'm excited to do something sports adjacent right now. It's new for me.
This is Monica's, like, the only sport Monica does.
That's as close as I get to a draft.
No sweating involved. This is athletics. Well, we really appreciate you all, and we want to just give the audience and our listeners, we're going to actually be cross-posting this on our show at the same time as Spooky Tuesday. So if you're listening on Spooky Tuesday, you can check us out on Raiders of the Lost Podcast, all platforms. We do video podcasting as well, so YouTube, Spotify, Apple, TikTok, Instagram, Raiders of the Lost Podcast. We'd love for you to check us out. And our listeners, where can they find you?
Everywhere,
Spooky Tuesday?
everywhere. Same thing.
Every single place. We are at Spooky_Tuesday on social media, unless it's Facebook, then it's Spooky Tuesday Pod. Keeping you on your toes, and on Tumblr as well. Yeah, and we're on every single
Letterboxd.
Letterboxd. We're at Spooky Tuesday, keeping you very confused because we could not get the same usernames all across platforms. But
which was devastating.
But yeah,
it's tough sometimes. Some people get like an underscore in there, and that messes up your whole vibe.
Our name is so long.
Trying to have a seamless thing for every platform.
It's difficult.
It's tough
And
to get.
also, there's an indie band that released one album called Spooky Tuesday. And so we're fighting with them constantly. They are now defunct, but
you're in litigation with them?
We're in active litigation. No, I'm kidding. We love you, indie band Spooky Tuesday.
Okay, so basically, I'm going to explain how this is going to work for listeners who don't know what a movie draft is, or they've never done a fantasy sports draft before, which I'm sure there are plenty of. So I'm just going to run through some rules and how this is going to work. So, welcome to the first draft. We have made a list of the best horror movies from this era of the 1970s and 80s, ranked 1 to 58. The draft will include 10 rounds of movie selection, so at the end of the draft, each of us, all 5 of us, will have 10 teams total. There'll be 8 extras that just won't get selected. So a couple losers that won't get picked. So in each round, we will all select one film each. Once a movie has been selected, it will be removed from the list and become a part of that person's movie team. When it is a person's turn to draft, they can select any movie they want from the list that has not been taken yet. They don't have to just go in order of the ranking. Take whatever movie you want if it's still available. At the end of the draft, we will vote for who has the best team. So we each vote for a team. You cannot vote for yourself. Whoever has the most votes wins. If we're all tied, then I don't know what we're going to do. We'll figure out from then on. We will also put up a poll on Spotify on our podcast accounts for this episode so that the listeners on Spotify can select who they think has the best movie team and movie lineup. Each one of us will be given a draft number at random before we start. So I have everyone's name in a cup over here, and I'll just go 1 through 5, and you'll get your draft pick order. Exactly.
Keeping it old school.
Oh, yeah. And so the draft order starts like this. So it will be 1 through 5 picks. And the first round will be in orders of picks 1 through 5. So if I get the first pick, I'll go first all the way down to the 5th pick. The second round will go in reverse. So the person who has the 5th pick will be the first pick of the second round, and then all the way back to number 1. The third round starts at number 1 again, going to number 5. Fourth round, vice versa, starting at 5 to 1, and we do that for the entire draft. So it's a swing back and forth. So the person with the draft pick number 5, they will have 2 picks every time it's their turn because they'll be at the end of one round and the beginning of the next round every single time.
That's what we call the swing pick.
The swing. Same thing with the person who has first pick. So they'll pick first, but then when it comes back to them, they'll pick twice every single time. They'll also be a swing pick as well. And any questions up until this point for our draftees? Anyone?
We know sports is confusing.
Well-
You doing good?
I do fantasy football.
Sydney knows
I'm
what's
used
up,
to it.
and you sent me a
She's
very
an expert.
detailed audio message yesterday that really clarified things for me, so I'm good.
Voice
Awesome. I know.
notes.
I felt like the text that I sent last week probably didn't make a ton of sense because it's like, how do you explain a fantasy draft to somebody? But the
I
audio
don't know.
message,
Thank you for
yeah,
putting it into
definitely, I'm
terms I
sure
could
helped.
understand.
I'm still not like totally sold on voice notes. I still
No,
I don't
they're the
do them.
best.
I'm not a voice
I
note
love
person. It
voice
bugs
notes.
me.
No,
I
they
love
are the
voice
best.
notes. It's
I'm
like
not-
walkie-talkie.
I'm incredibly
Exactly.
bad at texting, and so most of the time it's incoherent. So I really like the voice memo.
I'll send this kid a voice memo, like a minute and a half, detailed. What's your opinion?
No.
Sure. Just a text
come
back.
on.
That's
You
it.
do a point per point
Or a thumbs
response.
up emoji.
Devastating.
Sometimes
Yeah.
sometimes it's a wiki face,
He's like, I'm not gonna waste my time
or
talking
I'll
to you.
just like the note.
yeah.
That you just
You're like a hot girl that doesn't want to give me their time, Anthony.
Hey, I mean,
goes that way sometimes.
that's how you
The
see
way
a
it goes.
relationship.
You hate to see it, but it's true.
Wait till I ghost you, bro.
All right, I'm gonna run through the list of movies in order of ranking so that the listeners can get a gist of the movies we're going to be talking about, as well as if you're watching this episode on Spotify or on YouTube on our accounts and their accounts, you can see the list we'll have up on the video feed. So I'm going to go 1 to 58. So we
And
have
it's 70s through 80s, remember? for
70s and
everyone
80s
listening.
horror.
Yeah.
And I'm going to start at number 1, then go to 58. So The Exorcist, Alien, Jaws, The Thing, Rosemary's Baby, Halloween, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Friday the 13th, The Evil Dead, Carrie, A Nightmare on Elm Street, Dawn of the Dead, Eraserhead, Poltergeist, Suspiria, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, Possession, An American Werewolf in London, Gremlins, Child's Play, Don't Look Now, Videodrome, Rocky Picture Horror Show, The Wicker Man, House, The Dead Zone, Beetlejuice, Nosferatu the Vampire, The Lost Boys, The Omen, Evil Dead 2, Black Christmas, Young Frankenstein, Cujo, The Fly, Salem's Lot, The Stepford Wives, Predator, The Hills Have Eyes, The Last House on the Left, The Reanimator, The Return of the Living Dead, Little Shop of Horrors, Fright Night, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, Near Dark, Hellraiser, Tales from the Crypt, Scanners, Deep Red, Christine, The Hitcher, The Amityville Horror, Children of the Corn, Pet Sematary, Piranha, and The Fog.
You skipped The
He
Shining.
skipped The
Did I skip The
Shining.
Shining? Oh,
The Shining. The
oh my
Shining.
God!
The Shining's in there.
The Shining is number 5, so
Yeah.
sorof
You went right over
You're trying
it.
to keep
I'm
it
just so excited about
incognito
this
so we
episode.
forget about it so you can swoop
I
it
know,
right
I
away. I see through all of your
Imagine if he deleted it off the
Right.
list.
Monica, I don't know what you're talking about.
He's like, oh, The
What?
Shining came
That's
out in
crazy.
the...
I
Just
didn't
because
see
this
it
is
on
my
here.
first draft doesn't mean I was born
Is
yesterday.
that a horror movie? I guess
here's
it's
the
a horror
thing.
movie.
Rosemary's Baby actually came out in '68, but it's a banger,
It's
so we'll
snuck
let
right
it
in.
slide.
Is that 1968?
Yeah,
Guess
it is
what?
a-
We're
yeah, it's
keeping
a-
it
you're
on
right.
the list.
Oh my gosh.
It's on-
We're
Yeah.
keeping it on the list.
What a rookie.
And one
Hey,
60s movie.
It's a great one. It's an icon.
Okay.
Oh my
So
God.
I
it is
know
1968.
when
We're just going to brush over that.
I know when you
Round
guys
up,
invited
round
us on, Monica took her homework really, really seriously when it came to watching all of these movies. But like, what is the balance for everybody else of how many of these you've seen?
I've
would
seen all
say-
of them
I would
except
say I've seen
for-
every except, yeah, maybe like 5 I haven't
I haven't seen... The only one I haven't seen was the Reanimator,
Oh,
but I know
okay.
of it.
It's
I haven't,
fun.
yeah, I
That's the
haven't
only
seen
one I haven't
that.
seen.
I haven't seen Christine.
Christine's got Sutherland in it.
Christine's great too.
I
And it's in
haven't
Italy.
seen- I think I've seen everything in the first page that I have here, and then Piranha I haven't seen either.
You put some great movies in the bottom tier of the list.
Yeah, I
Harsh
mean,
You got some
critics.
the
sleepers
70s
down
and
there.
80s
That's
had
true.
so many good movies.
Yeah.
It's the best time for movies, the 1970s.
Oh,
Deep Red's one of my
I watched that
faves.
last night. Yeah.
Deep Red is so good.
Oh my God.
Argento is such a cool director.
Yeah, I
Oh, man.
had not seen
So
a
cool.
shocking amount of these. And I was on vacation. We started planning this like 2 weeks ago. So I only had like 5 days to watch. I'm gonna be honest, 26 movies. Yeah.
Oh
and
my
guess,
God.
guess
Maybe
what?
you
Your
wrote
Guess
letterbox
down
what?
must be
Guess
crazy.
what?
When she finished.
Guess who watched 26 movies in the last 5 days? I did. So
Really impressive stuff.
Wow,
I
that's
could not-
amazing.
I'm not
I'm
going
a
on
little-
board.
So cool.
my brain hurts a little bit, honestly, and my eyes have started to cross from staring at the
She's
screen
ready.
so much.
She's feeling competitive.
You know what'd be funny is if you didn't get to pick any of those movies, it'd be kind
I'm
of funny.
I'm going to, because some of them are some of my new faves.
Well, I mean,
Right?
some people like binged all of Stranger Things in like a week. So yeah,
In a day.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or the whole like series. What are like some of your new faves
Well,
that
if
you
I
just
can't
say
tell
that
you
you're
before
going
we
to steal
start.
them, I will say it
Yeah.
along the way. So that
Go on
and
for a
annotate her
strategy.
notes as we pick.
Oh, y'all are funny. All right, how about I do the draft
Oh.
selection?
Oh yeah, let's do it, man.
So I have everyone's name in a cup, and whatever you get, you'll be that draft pick. So the first pick is gonna go
Keep
to.
him
I'm
honest.
not looking. Anthony's the
rigged,
first pick.
rigged,
All right.
rigged,
Rigged.
rigged. Let it be on record that we have no idea what's going on in that cup.
So
And we're
much
far
for
away
ladies
from it.
first.
Don't worry about it.
They all say, I'm just going off the
Hey,
top of my
nice
head.
job,
If
man.
James is next.
Anthony, what's your team name?
Somehow James is second. What? And then Anthony
That's
is
crazy.
third. First and third.
Anthony, your team name, please.
The Polter-Guys.
The Polter-Guys. Is that with a Z at the end or an S?
Just an S.
All right, you got it.
It's my
I put
little
a
pun
Z
for the day.
anyways.
Oh, Z's fine. Z's fun.
All right, second pick. I hope it's not me.
It better
I
not
hope
be.
it's
No, I'm
not me.
kidding. Woo!
Monica.
All right, maybe it's
Oh,
not
Second
we got
pick.
one on the board.
Maybe it's not rigged. All right, Monica has the second pick of our movie draft. What is your
My-
movie team going to be named?
My
team
name
gonna
is
be
Christine and the Scream Queens. Christine.
Christine.
the movie.
Nice.
And
Also,
the
the artist
Scream Queens.
Christine and
I
the
love it.
Queens. That is what's based off of.
Gorgeous.
In case you want to
She
know,
loves
and that's
music.
the only
She
thing
loves
I could
horror.
come up
Yeah.
with.
It's great.
Hey, I mean, you guys had a few minutes to come up with
Fun
names.
and honest
That's
in the
terrific.
last 5 minutes.
Appreciate Oh. Oh, we have to cancel this
We need
podcast.
another week.
All right, the third pick in the draft is gonna go to Sydney.
Respect it. Respect
Hell yeah.
Nice pick. Nice pick.
All right, third pick is for Sydney. What is your team name gonna be, Sydney?
Sparkle Motion.
Wow.
Never done it.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love
Donnie
it.
Darko,
That's
right?
a good one.
Love it.
Great. That's really
That's a
good.
great name.
I'm impressed.
All right. I'm jealous. I wish I came up with something that good. The fourth pick in the draft is gonna go to
it. You and me. We're facing off.
me.
Hey.
Just so I get that first
Not rigged,
swing
not rigged.
double
Fourth-
pick.
I
Yeah.
was about to say
Honestly, yeah.
I was about to say if you got first and then fifth, I would have been like rigged.
It's
Yeah, I
perfectly
mean, honestly,
balanced.
yeah.
Still not.
It's
good
perfectly
to have the
balanced
swing
between
vote. Yeah, it's
podcasters.
important.
Yeah, that's a great pick. All right, so I'm gonna be
Who's
Delbert
it?
Grady as my team name.
Oh, sorry.
And then Chelsea, you're the
There we
swing
go.
pick, the fifth pick. What is your team
We
name gonna
are
be?
the Stepford wife guys.
Love that.
the Stepford wife guys. Got it.
Oh. Yeah, I made my look after watching Stepford Wives. I'm like the post transformation Stepford wife today.
We look to dress on theme whenever we can.
hmm
I
We
like
do
that.
love a good
Sometimes we do.
theme.
Yeah, we do costumes sometimes.
that.
Like Lord of the Rings will dress up
Yes.
in Halloween time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dressed
for
up.
sure.
I did a great
Oh.
Dumbledore once.
That was a good time. He does a great. Legolas, you were
Oh,
great too. He had the
Legolas
wig
was
and
gorgeous.
everything with the braids.
If
That's
I can wear a wig, I
fair.
will. I did. No, my best one though is I dressed up as Hermione.
Hermione was excellent.
Wig. I got like a children's sweater that was,
It was
so tight
on him. The tie like went to like above his belly button.
Oh
It
my
was so
God.
funny.
That sounds really
It was
cute.
the only one they had.
My best was Audrey too.
I'll send you all
I dressed
photo.
up as the plant when we did Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh, nice.
I
I
knew it was
really
real
killed it.
plants.
Oh, nice.
It's true. She had leaves coming up. But we did Rocky Horror Picture Show recently.
I want that one.
and we all really committed to those looks.
Oh,
and I
yeah.
thought we had a great time.
We knocked that out of the park.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did an episode,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
I
like
think
part
I
of our
saw that on
Pride
Instagram.
lineup.
Yeah,
Mhm.
cool. That's such a
Oh my
fun
God,
movie.
one
It
of
Is
my
really
it first on your
I'm gonna
list?
try to-
Let's see.
Ugh, it's the
I'm gonna try to
best.
swoop that. Just saying.
All right. All right. Are you all ready to begin the movie draft of Raiders Lost Podcast and Spooky Tuesday
I think
Horror?
so.
I
Ready.
think so. Oh my God. What's
Oh.
gonna be my first
All
pick?
right. Ding, ding, ding. First draft pick is Anthony the Polter-Guys. Who are you going to take?
For the first draft in the 2023 draft, the Polter-Guys select The Exorcist.
The Exorcist.
One of my
Nice.
favorite movies of all time. I think it's the scariest film ever made. William Friedkin is one of my favorite directors, and I actually just watched this a couple weeks ago. I've seen it
Oh my
close to
God.
20 times now. Is it just scary, but I think it's expertly directed and crafted by the entire filmmaking production, and I think it's really a special film in the genre of horror.
Excellent
The
pick.
Exorcist.
Yeah, I like if we all just if you want, say
little
something about the
ditty.
movie that you draft.
Mhm.
I love that. All right, Anthony.
I did.
Poltergeist picks The Exorcist. Next up, we have Christine and the Scream Queens. Monica,
Okay.
who you taking?
It's a hard one. I'm between two, but I think I have the most fun when I watch The Thing. So I'm gonna take The Thing.
Nice
I know I'm
pick.
skipping Alien and Jaws, but Jaws is not for me. I'm sorry. I like Jaws a lot. I love Jaws.
Jaws is
but
not
I
for
wouldn't-
you.
The Thing is more for me. I love The
Okay.
Thing. I just think that it's a brilliant movie.
Valid.
I've seen it so many times. I also really enjoy the X-Files episode where they kind of copied it. Really, really good if you haven't seen that. But yeah, amazing cast. I love isolation horror. Winter is scary in and of itself, so that's
true.
a terrifying setting. So yeah, The Thing. That's it for me.
Excellent pick. The Thing's one of the best
I have
movies
a
ever made.
thing
Oh,
poster right
nice.
here.
Yeah,
I love that
we got-
movie. And I have one in my
Awesome.
room too.
That's one of our favorite episodes we ever did
Love
too.
that movie.
We had that joke.
We still haven't done a solo episode on it. We gotta
We're saving it.
saving
yeah,
that. We
we'll
have
do
that
it.
bacon in the freezer. It's
Keep it
just
on
sitting
ice, keep
there.
it
We're
on
just waiting
ice.
to open it up. Exactly. All right, Sydney, Sparkle Motion. Who are you taking with your first pick in the draft?
Easy. The Evil
Oh,
Dead.
that you're gonna
a really
pick.
good one.
Nice pick.
It's
Evil
one
Dead.
of it's literally maybe one of my top movies ever. I love this movie. It's so good. I don't like the second one. Like,
That's
I don't
rare.
know why.
Usually people like the second one more.
yeah, they're wrong.
How do you like the remakes?
I haven't seen the most recent one. I do like the 2013 one because how many gallons of fake blood was
Yeah.
it? 70,000.
Something like that, yeah.
I love that one.
Yeah,
I love a good fake blood moment.
I agree. Great pick.
Okay,
It's my
James.
turn to draft. Delbert Grady.
What do you got?
I'm going Alien.
Nice.
Alien. It's one of my top 5 favorite movies. I adore that film. Ridley Scott's one of my favorite filmmakers. No One Can Hear You Scream in Space. The best horror movie ever made. Maybe in space for sure. And love the xenomorph design. Ellen Ripley's one
I
of
don't
my
know.
favorite
Jason
characters.
Jason X is.
Jason
Thank
X in
you
space.
for
Yeah.
saying that.
We
love
do love
Jason
Jason X.
Absolutely
Some of us
iconic.
love Jason X.
So think before you speak next time.
No, I adore Alien, and I mean, there's not much else to say that hasn't been said by everybody about this movie. Love it.
That was the one I was maybe gonna do
All right.
instead of The Thing. So great taste.
Thank you. Chelsea, you got your swing picks, so your 5th and 6th. We are the Stepford
I'm-
Wife
I'm-
guys. Who you taking?
I'm very excited because my first pick has not been selected yet. So I'm snatching up Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
No.
I need that top of my list.
Great pick.
No.
Great
So
pick.
Yeah.
jealous.
Get that
He's
Sutherland.
so
Will
cute in it
Sutherland.
too. Everybody's
Great
got so much
pick. I love that
chemistry
movie.
in it.
Cute.
Great if you're a little bit of an unhinged shipper, for sure. That's my arena.
Can you give us a pose?
Like that? You want one of those?
Yeah. There we go. Perfect.
Okay, but I get a double pick. So okay, let me. I feel like
That's the swing pick.
Yeah, this is
nice.
one of the movies that I watched to prepare. I hadn't seen it before, but I loved it so much. So I think I'm going to go with An American Werewolf in London.
Ah,
I love the pick.
Excellent.
That's a great
picks.
one.
Yeah, excellent picks.
of my faves gone.
The makeup in it is just so incredible.
tough.
Like when you see the friend in the hospital and he's got like the gore
Yes.
hanging from his neck and you can see right through it that it's like, ugh, it's so disgusting. I love it.
Rick Baker, baby.
And the transformation
Best
scenes.
in the
incredible.
business.
Shout out to Baker.
Great job. I love the picks.
Yeah.
I mean, when it comes to werewolf movies, that's got to be the best
Oh.
werewolf movie out
It's
there.
the best.
I feel like you're
Besides
thinking about
Curse.
Twilight
Yeah.
New Moon.
There is Twilight. Don't, you will not accept
Are
Twilight.
they
from
werewolves
Erasure.
or are they just
more of a
like
that's a-
big
That's
dogs?
vampires
That's
with the
true.
occasional werewolf.
they
They're
even
kind
eat
of just
people in
like
that
big
movie?
wolves. Yeah.
Do they even eat people?
They
What do they
just
eat?
eat-
in that-
Especially in the
Human
first
Vampires.
movie.
when they're human versions
eat
of themselves,
vampires.
I think.
And it doesn't have to do with the moon.
That's
They're
so
like-
boring.
They're shapeshifters.
They're not werewolves.
They're shapeshifters.
They're not werewolves.
But Curse.
Yeah, not werewolves. Not in
Don't
my book.
erase
Not my
Curse.
werewolf.
Curse is great. Curse is great.
The worst best
Curse is good.
movie
Curse is
there
good,
ever
yeah.
was.
All right, it's my pick because we're coming back around,
Uh-huh.
and I am gonna take so many bangers left. Holy crap! With my second pick, I will be taking Rosemary's Baby, even though it's 1960.
What was your first pick?
Alien.
Oh, gotcha.
So I'm taking Rosemary's Baby. I think it's a really special movie, and
It's a
it's
special
one of my
60s
favorites.
movie.
I mean, it's a special movie from 1968. I mean, Roman Polanski, one of the most suspenseful directors of all time, and just great performances. And I love Hereditary because it's basically Rosemary's Baby, like
Oh,
contemporary.
yeah.
But I think it's just a great movie. If no one's ever seen it, check it out. It's phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
All time. All right, next up, Sydney, Sparkle Motion with your second pick.
Okay, I'm gonna do
Damn it.
Suspiria.
Ooh.
This was one of the movies that I hadn't seen, and I was, I had some nice movie watching supplements, and I was like in bed, and I'm like, this movie rocks. It gives me everything that I love about these movies with like the visuals and the color and the suspense, and it's so beautiful and
And
so
that
good.
soundtrack, Goblin. Oh,
And now
No,
you
it's just-
now you're gonna watch the new one that Guadagnino made because it's a really fantastic
really?
remake.
Is it?
It's one of the
Oh,
best
oh, I-
remakes I've ever
I
seen.
saw
It's
it.
so
I
good.
saw it.
If you like,
Yeah.
blood, you'll like it too.
It's
like
Okay,
Oh,
you're
okay.
speaking her language.
Now
Yeah.
you've got
Crazy.
me.
And also he changed. He
Yeah,
told it in a
it's
new way from
super
Argento, so
different.
it's a
Yeah,
very different
well,
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think you'll like it. Definitely check the new one out.
What kind of movie watching supplements you taking? Like popcorn and like candy? Like what's
yeah.
going on?
Just a lot of
Yeah.
milk duds.
Whoppers if you're crazy.
Nice Sour Patch Kids.
All right, great pick, Sydney. Now we're on to Monica, Christine and the Scream Queens.
Okay,
Second pick. Who you
so
taking?
I'm gonna snap up these ones that I thought I would have time for Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I was wrong. Okay.
Me
I'm
too,
also
me
gonna
too.
choose one that I just watched and I haven't shut up about it all week. Is it right? Am I right, girls? Yes, I am. It's Possession.
That's true.
I
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
love
Yeah,
that
Monica.
movie. Oh my god, it was so good. It was.
She's
that
influencing real hard
crazy?
on its behalf.
Oh yeah, it was just like a.
That
Oh,
movie's
such a
so funny
mindfuck.
too. He's tired. He made love to me all
Yeah,
night.
the performances are so intense and wild, and then it takes like a 180 flip like 40 minutes in. And I made the horrible mistake of like watching up until 2 minutes before that, and then watching those 2 minutes where it completely changes right before I had to go to dinner. So I was like at dinner like, okay, this is so fun, I love to see my friends, but shut up, I need to go back and watch the rest of Possession. It's really, really good. And also the main actress in it, her name escapes me, is the most beautiful woman in the world? Question mark? Yes.
It's like the
Stunning.
most amazing
Yes.
performance
Her eyes
ever too.
can like bewitch
She's
your
amazing.
soul. So watch that if
Yeah,
you haven't seen it.
She's gorgeous. Yeah, and Sam Neill.
Oh,
Sam
yeah,
Neill
he's
gives it
so
his all
great in
too.
it.
I've never seen him do anything
Yeah.
like that before.
The energy in that movie, the
Yeah.
performances, it's so wild. You don't really see anything about it like that contemporary, except for like
Yeah.
Safdie brothers. They get you with like the energy, high anxiety, but like this movie
And
is at a
it
different
made
level
me-
of just like fast-paced,
it felt
high
modern
energy.
to me. Like it didn't feel like a lot of these like 70s and 80s movies have like a feel of the era. This one felt like it could have been like it could have come out in the last 5 years for me, just because I don't know. I
Timely, relevant.
I'm really glad you checked it out.
Yeah,
I'm really
no,
glad
thank
you
guys
like
for
it so
getting me
much.
to do it because I didn't even know about this movie before.
It's great. And that scene in the
Oh
train
my
tunnel.
God.
Oh
I'd
my
actually seen a
God.
clip
Oh,
of
man.
that before, like a screening at Alamo Draft House before. They like showed a little bit of it because they clip random shit.
They on their
Yeah,
supercut.
and I was like,
I've seen,
whoa,
yeah.
and then I recognized it and I was like, whoa, my phone.
Mhm. That's full commitment right
Wild. All right, moving on to Anthony's next draft pick. He's got a swing pick now because he was the first
Dangerous.
pick. So
there.
Anthony gets 2 picks in a row. The Polter-Guys.
Ooh.
The Polter-Guys. I'm taking Jaws.
Jaws. Okay.
Jaws.
That hasn't been taken
I
yet,
thought
has it?
Classic.
Chelsea
No.
would get Jaws right
yeah.
away. So everyone's surprising me today.
Fuck
No.
yeah.
My
Chelsea-
shark movie is 47 meters down on
Absolutely
the
an
beach, and you
invasion
know
of
that.
Sorry.
Yeah, that is
That's
the best
true.
shark movie ever made.
I think it
It's
is.
pretty good. It is pretty good.
No, it is.
What's the Blake Lively one?
still haven't seen
Shallows.
that.
That one's pretty good.
The
too.
Shallows.
The Shallows.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
It's good.
For a shark movie, it's pretty good. All right, what are you taking with your other pick?
The Shining.
He's
The
snapping up those
Shining.
top
It's
five.
taken.
I got all the I got some
Living at
bangers.
I
the
can't
top of
believe
the
that
list
lasted
right
that
now.
long. Oh my god.
Me either.
The best Christmas
Me
movie
either.
ever.
Yeah, really special to watch with the
Love
family.
it. Loving it.
I watch it every Christmas
I
with my
know,
family. So
It's a comfort
Oh
movie.
shit!
it
Is it my
is.
favorite?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Mhm.
I didn't think about it
It
at
is
all.
Monica,
Yeah.
Christine, the Scream
I've
Queen.
been
Monica,
too
you're on
busy
the clock.
talking Shit. Okay. Well, it's not going to be Eraserhead. I'll tell you that.
Oh, a little hate just sprinkled in for fun.
I didn't hate it. It
Oh.
just was not for me. Okay.
You don't have to defend yourself. It's
It's,
okay.
yeah, it's a very unique movie. Yeah. David Lynch is disappointed.
I
in
know,
you.
and I hate disappointing him. Am I going down the list right away, far away from the ones that are at the top? Ooh, I am.
Pick with your heart.
I want Rocky Horror Picture
Yeah.
Show.
Rocky Horror
Hey.
Picture Show.
We just did this on the pod 2
A
weeks ago,
steal.
and we had so much fun. And like, I don't know, this movie just like is important to me on a spiritual level. I saw it at a young age, and then I went to one of the midnight screenings in high school, and it was amazing. It's just an incredible queer movie. Tim Curry is in that movie, in that role, is the person that makes me the most
sexiest man alive.
Exactly. Randy is the word that I used. So he's just so incredible in that movie. Just is like mesmerizing to watch. And the movie does not make sense. That's true, but it's okay. It's about the emotions it evokes. It's not about the plot.
Who needs plot?
He's awesome. I think everyone forgets that he was also the original Pennywise
Oh,
in the
I don't
It
forget.
TV series.
Not
Oh, not us.
I remember that.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Not
remember.
us.
He's awesome. I love the set photos. He's just like smoking a
Oh my
cigarette.
Also,
Yes!
Clue. He's the
Oh.
butler
Clue, yeah.
in Clue.
Yes.
So
and
good
then
in that.
doesn't he
And-
reclaim that role in Scary Movie 2? He's in the house.
He
Kind-
is in the number 2, the
Yeah.
haunted house one.
Yeah, the haunted
He
house
is-
one. He's the
yeah.
professor.
Yeah.
And don't forget, he voices Nigel Thornberry in The
Yes.
Wild
Oh
Thornberry.
my god!
Yes.
He does?
Yeah.
Holy crap, that's
Oh,
totally
yeah,
him.
really
Oh my
important.
god.
Don't forget.
Nigel
Are
Thornberry.
you
Go with
kidding
that.
me?
I love his nose
Holy
is as big as his face, Nigel.
Holy shit. You're right. It's totally him.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
Yeah, I
I
didn't
never
realize
knew
that
that.
until I was
Mind
listening
blown.
to the audiobooks for the series of Unfortunate Event books. I am an adult reading them now for the first time. It's fine. But Tim Curry is like the narrator for all of it, and he does the Nigel Thornberry voice like a lot.
Amazing.
That's incredible.
Amazing.
That's incredible.
Great show. Great show.
All right, Sydney, Sparkle Motion. You are
Okay.
next for your third pick.
I can't believe this one's still on the board. It is one of my dad's, shout out to Mark, favorite movie, and that's Predator.
Ah,
Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
It's a great one.
I
I
love
wanted it bad.
Predator.
Well, you had an
No.
opportunity.
So true.
Well, I'm not gonna take Predator over the Shining or Jaws. It
That's
is
a
one-
steal.
I'm
but
surprised-
Predator is one of my favorite
I'm
movies.
Love
I'm
it.
It's a
It's
great
so
yeah.
film.
far down on the list.
James was trying to hide it.
No, I'm not trying to hide it. It's because it's also like it's an
true.
action heavy movie, but also a horror movie at the same time. So it's kind of like
we made the mistake of showing it to James's ex a couple of years ago. She's not good with horror, but we were like, it's not that bad. And then
we forgot about the skin
and then within
bodies.
10 minutes, there's skinned bodies hanging upside down. She's like, "Oh my god, what is this?"
For a
We were like, "Oh yeah, it is
second.
pretty
It's
bad, isn't it?"
fine.
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying. Classic though, absolutely classic. But it's like an action.
Yeah, no,
It's an
movie
action
first,
horror
then
movie.
horror movie. It's a
Yeah.
monster movie,
Yeah.
so it's
But
still,
The
Yeah.
monster movie, it counts.
Yeah, it
yeah.
does
So that's why
it does
it's on
belong
the
on the list.
But I didn't want to put it like top 20.
You didn't want us to notice it, is what you're.
I
you
saw what
really
you've
want to
done
say.
now. This is not an objective list. This is all game.
It's all a secret plan behind James. Speaking of me, Delbert Grady is the
Speaking
next
of
pick.
me.
Really smooth segue, yeah.
One of my favorite topics. All right. Wow, still so many good movies on the list. I'm gonna go with. Wow, so many bangers are left. I'm gonna go with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Nice.
Great pick.
I think it's just
yeah,
in the
great.
horror genre one of the best ever.
Great pick.
Nothing has ever been made that's like it. I mean, the sequels they try to recapture it, but it's so unique and so creepy on a level that I've never seen done before in a
It
film like
changed
that.
horror.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just the shots of the production design of the
Yeah.
house, stuff like that. Before you even get to Leatherface, it's just disgusting.
Did you know that McConaughey was in one of the
Yes.
sequels in like the 90s, and he was a member of the family?
The
That's
sequel?
right.
Yeah, he was a member
I
of
got
the family. Yeah, in the
sorry.
is
You go.
like the 1993
Yes,
one. I
yes,
think,
I
something like
remember that because I was like, "Oh, it came out
Yeah.
the year I was born. How exciting!" But I was looking into like all of the sequels because I've just seen the OG Texas Chainsaw Massacre and the 2000s remake, and then the most recent one that is very contentious. But I thought was fun in a bad way and in a good way. But anyway. But I saw that with Matthew McConaughey, and I saw a clip from it, and I'm like, I don't know if I can handle whatever one of these ones he's in. It seems like he's going off the wall.
He's great in it, but it's
He's got
ridiculous.
such range.
I
as an
remember like in
actor.
the that guy can do anything. He always had the potential and he had great performances, but people forgot when he was just doing rom-coms. But he had a lot of great ones under his belt already in the 90s.
Awesome. All right, let's move on to Chelsea. We are the Stepford Wife guys, and how about do one pick and then we'll recap everyone's teams because then we'll all have three, and then we'll finish up with your next pick. How's that sound?
Right
plan.
now, I feel like not that there are boy movies and girl movies, but I feel like I have a lot of boy movies on my list. So I'd like a girl movie. So I'm gonna pick Carrie.
I wanted that.
Great pick. Great
I love
pick.
that
Yeah, I mean,
movie.
I just
The ending.
I saw it.
It's so good.
Cinespia did a screening of it last October. And my friend was sort of involved with it on like a PR collaboration with Taco Bell. Oh, Jack in the Box, excuse me. They gave me a sweatshirt, so I should shout them out and not the wrong company. But so we got to sit in the VIP section, and like we had the little recliner pillows they set up for you, and they gave us snacks, and it was like a fine
Nice.
misty rain coming down while we were watching the movie. It was like the perfect atmosphere for it. It was so good.
Love it.
Very
Yeah.
cool. Did they end it with
Yeah,
like, blood
they
falling all
dumped
over
blood
you?
all over us. It was crazy.
Great, I'm sure everyone loved that.
And then they asked you to clean it up.
And then they lit it all on
Oh, by the
fire.
way, can you clean this up?
All right, we are done with 3 rounds of
Wow.
drafting. How about I'll recap each team and we'll get going after that.
Sounds
So
good.
The Polter-Guys, their team, Anthony, is The Exorcist, Jaws, and The Shining. Nothing but classics there. Monica's Christine and the Scream Queens has The Thing, Possession, and Rocky Picture Horror Show.
Rocky Horror
Excellent.
Picture Show.
Sydney's Sparkle Motion has The Evil Dead, Suspiria, and
Oh,
Predator.
Nice.
James has Delbert Grady has Alien, Rosemary's Baby, and The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Then Chelsea has Invasion of the Body Snatchers, aka We Are the Stepford Wife Guys, An American Werewolf in London, and Carrie.
Everyone's got
Damn.
amazing teams.
Great team so far.
Yeah. We're going to thin out, though, later in this draft.
It's
Oh my
going to
gosh.
get deep now.
Yeah.
So, Chelsea, kick off round 4 for us,
Yeah, I'm
please, with
staying
your
on my
next
girly
pick.
beat. I also feel like I have to have this one because of my name. I don't want somebody else to snake it before I can get it. And so the Polter-Guys, you should be careful over there. But I'm gonna grab the Stepford Wives because I just think it would be wrong for that to be on a different team.
Hey,
It's also
Yeah.
a great
Oh,
movie,
yeah.
too.
It's so unique.
That's
I
so
feel like-
depressing.
I saw the remake first when it came out in theaters, and I only watched the 70s one like last night. So maybe I'm remembering wrong.
Oh, isn't
Yeah,
Nicole
Nicole
Kidman in
Kidman's
that?
in the new one. But I feel like
Yeah,
the
that's
older
Yeah.
one
right,
is way
yeah.
more feminist than the new one. I feel like the new one, from what I remember, really sanded off a lot of those rough edges. So I don't know. I gotta give my loyalty.
Well, she was in movies. She was in 2 remakes that ruined the originals. She was in that, and then she was also in the Invasion of the
There
Body
was a-
Snatchers.
But she's
remake.
also in the AMC Welcome to the Theater ad, so she can kind of do whatever she
Yeah,
wants.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
no, I
she
love
did
her. I'm just
Practical
saying.
Magic, So
I'm just saying those 2 movies
I
were.
did
We all make
not
mistakes.
know.
Isn't
We all have
the-
I did not
mistakes.
know about an Invasion of the Body Snatchers
So
remake.
it's just called The Invasion.
Daniel Craig's in it,
It's
right?
just The Invasion,
Ooh.
yeah.
And then, well, I mean, you're, like the Donald
I
Sutherland
think
one's
Chiwetel Ejiofor's in it too.
the Donald Sutherland one.
Yeah.
That's a remake as
Yeah,
well.
because it was
so
It
there's
is
one
originally
before
came out
that.
in the
Yeah.
50s, right?
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
oh, the
I think,
70s
yeah,
one is
something like
so
that.
good.
But the Daniel Craig one's
Mm.
not that great.
Sad for
yeah.
him.
You know, with 2 superstars, we
Invasion.
thought we could
The
get
Invasion.
something going there, but you know, we can't all have winners all the time.
I think she's got a couple stinkers.
Mm-mm.
All right.
Yeah, def.
But she is an all-timer though.
All right. I am next with my 4th pick, and Delbert Grady selects
No!
House,
Oh,
okay.
which is one that I wanted to really make sure I get. I fell in love with this movie this year. It is crazy surreal and messed up and a total trip. Also hysterical. Just great Japanese horror, and I loved it. And I just wanted to make sure I get it. There's nothing
Seriously.
like it. It's wild.
I've been wanting to
great.
watch it for
It's a great pick, man.
ages,
You
so I'm
snuck it
so
in.
glad it was on this list. I finally had the time to do it. Wow, yeah. It was so
Isn't it
bonkers. It was
bonkers?
beautiful. I was laughing out loud. It made my day. I loved it. I'm going to make us do it on the pod.
All right, next up, you should. It's great. Sydney, Sparkle Motion. Who you taking with your 4th pick?
I'm gonna do The Lost Boys
Nice.
Hey.
listen, I have hot, wet fantasies about the
Oh.
sexy saxophone man. And Chelsea, don't make
I
that face
didn't know you
because
were
I
going
know
to say
you
the
do
sexy
too.
saxophone man when you started that sentence.
Sexy
He's
saxophone man.
incredible. He
Let me
steals
Google
the
this.
show.
And here's the thing. He steals the show, but also I love the fun fact of Kiefer Sutherland.
Oh yeah, the
and-
shredded guy playing sax.
He was like, what the
Yeah,
hell are you talking
so
about?
That's the show.
and he's like oiled up, like it's perfect. But
He looks
the
like a
whole,
wrestler.
like, he's in spandex. The whole drama with like Kiefer Sutherland and what's the
Jason
guy?
Patrick? Something like
Michael. Yes, him.
Jason Patrick, yeah.
Kiefer Sutherland was engaged to Julia Roberts at the time, and then
Whoa.
she left Kiefer Sutherland and ran off with Jason Patrick,
Okay,
who was Kiefer Sutherland's best friend.
Wow.
What?
Drama.
That's
Damn.
wild.
While they were filming?
No,
She
like
waited
after-
a polite
like,
amount of
they
time
became
to
like really
swoop in.
good friends on this set.
This is where the
Oh my
spark
god.
flew
Oh, yeah.
and they first fell in love. Wow, that sucks for him.
She's
Poor
like, now that I'm not ruining
Wow.
your movie, I think it's time to run away together. She respects the art, but not the relationship.
Damn. Mhm.
Wow.
Damn.
What great pick though. Crazy anecdote. Thanks for sharing that. Christine and the Scream Queens.
Okay.
Monica, who you taking
Again,
with your 4th pick?
I'm going for the deep cut. You took House, and I'm like, okay, I can't wait any longer. I'm taking The Wicker Man because it blew my mind. That's what I started off
Nice.
my movie marathon with, was The Wicker Man. And I obviously had seen the Nicolas Cage one because I'm a huge Nicolas Cage
Cage head.
fan. Yeah, and not the bees. I was
The
trying to get us to do
bees.
the Nicolas Cage one all this spring, and it didn't happen. But I put my foot down, and I have now demanded that we do the OG Wicker Man for May Day next year because this just, oh my God, this like wrote the book of folk horror. This was absolutely unbelievable. It's so like I'm a huge fan of Ari Aster. I love Midsummer, and it's so interesting to see like where he got like half the ideas from. Very different movies, of course, but like it's obviously taking inspiration from The Wicker Man, and it like I mean no one does it better. It's weirdly like almost a musical, which I wasn't expecting. There is a great deal of singing in it, and all the songs slap. It, like I don't know, I loved it. So that's like one of my favorite movies.
And Saruman's in it. Saruman's in it.
Oh my God,
Christopher
his
Lee's
hair
in
in
it.
that is so poofy.
Yeah, his hair
Big
is crazy.
poofy
Yeah,
thing going on. Looks great.
That guy's had a voice. That guy's voice was incredible.
It was, watch it if you haven't seen it. That's all I gotta say.
All right, Anthony, the Polter-Guys is up next. Who are you taking with your fourth pick?
Ooh, I gotta take A Nightmare on Elm Street. It's one of my favorite horror movies.
Still chilling there. Not
Match
anymore.
that.
I'm surprised it lasted that long.
Freddie
Yes,
with
I
his
love the long
arms.
arms. That's my favorite part of the movie.
Anthony actually has a swing pick.
And I mean, that movie's so inventive and creative, and the production design and the camera work and cinematography, and it's so surrealist. I love that because dreams, anything can happen in them, and they really just threw everything at the wall for that movie, and it's so incredible to behold. Every time I watch it, it still holds up so well.
And it has one of the best scenes ever, which is Johnny Depp in a crop top.
A
and
geyser.
Yes.
Geyser.
Look at that belly button. Look at his belly button.
Listen, men should wear crop tops, and
Bring
that
that
is
men
a
in
hill
crop
I will
tops,
die
That's
yeah.
a good word on this
Honestly,
platform.
You guys can start
If you
it.
don't
You
mind-
guys
if you
can
don't mind
bring
the
back
hair.
men in crop tops.
We're Italian. I don't know.
If you don't mind the hair.
No one's asking you to wax your
Italians
chest, please.
I think they want
True.
Yeah.
In your
No, no,
crop
we
top.
want the
part
chest
of the
hair.
appeal.
It's there for a reason. Anthony, you have a swing pick actually.
Yeah,
so
and
what are you taking with your fifth pick?
Trying to. There's a
tough.
lot of good ones left,
It's tough.
but I know that they're gonna be gone soon. So
Like, do you go with like a high ranked one or like a banger in the deep tracks?
I think I might go with like a deeper track. Well, I mean, this isn't even a deep track, but I love the movie. I'm gonna go with. This is so hard. Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice.
Great pick.
Beetlejuice.
Careful. Oh my God,
I'm happy.
watch out.
I'm happy I got it.
And timely.
I know, right?
Timely with the redo
Watch
or the
your
sequel
mouth.
coming out or being in production. I
Yeah,
did not
making
expect
it right
that.
Yeah.
Love her.
Yeah, budding scream queen, Jenna Ortega, or she's already.
I think she's fully established
Yeah, she's
at this
fully
point.
established. I'm so sorry to
Yeah.
lessen her influence.
Hey, she's a
Star
Patreon
power.
member, okay?
Oh, nice. That's awesome. Yeah, we love her.
No, she's
Oh.
not. Anthony's lying.
I love
That's
Chili
so
Berry.
Wow.
Really good
Oh, yeah,
line,
she doesn't-
guys.
Love to lie.
That's something you should know about Anthony.
Okay.
He's a liar.
That's not
I
true at all.
trusted you so much.
It's called doing a bit.
We
Yeah.
love people that lie.
They put
You're
their
the
faith in
one
you.
who skipped over The Shining.
We're all being a little shady so we can win the draft, okay? We can be honest with ourselves.
Exactly. All right, Monica, Christine, and the Scream Queens. Your fifth pick is up
I'm
now.
coming
Who are you
in.
taking?
Okay, after watching all of these movies, I saw a lot of Cronenberg films that I had not seen before. And I like
Nice.
one of them I saw half of it, but I fell asleep. And so now I've seen the whole thing. Anyway, weirdly, my favorite one is not the top one, and I like it way, way better than the other two. He does this sort of like political unrest conspiracy theory thing, and I like to keep it simple. I like it when a man does science and he accidentally turns into a fly, so I'm doing The Fly.
Yeah.
Love
it.
It's
story,
great. It's a great
Gina
movie.
Davis.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of men with chest
Oh,
hair,
yeah.
Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, yeah.
Great chest
Oh,
hair.
yeah.
Oh,
There's a lot of
I-
chest hair in that movie.
He's done a lot for us, guys.
He's very sweaty in
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
much that entire movie. He's
I
just
I
covered in
love
sweat.
body horror when it's done in a certain way, especially in a practical effects realm. When they use modern day stuff, it looks too
Mhm.
real sometimes. But yeah,
I
I
hate
love
it.
practical
I hate
effects,
it,
and
yeah.
it's just this one was disgusting, and I loved every second of it. Great film.
Great pick.
Great selection. Sydney, you're up next. Sparkle Motion.
Okay, I'm going with the first horror movie that I ever saw when I was 6, and that is Halloween.
Nice.
Hey. I almost
Well,
took
you
it.
didn't, and it's hers now.
Wow, we would have fought.
Yeah, you guys were fun. How'd you react to it when you were 6 years old seeing Halloween?
That's young.
I loved it, clearly. It definitely warped my brain in arguably the best way ever. Maybe not, who knows? But just like the music, Michael Myers is dramatic. He's like carrying a tombstone, putting it on the bed. Like
He's really setting the scene. Yeah.
He's extra.
setting up
He's
bodies.
He has an artistic
He's
vision.
extra.
Like, oh, we love. Yeah.
Mhm.
And nothing can stop the vision. He commits
have a
to the
vision.
bit.
I love it. Great selection.
You never look at a kitchen knife the same way after you see Halloween.
No way.
Never.
No way.
And I think it was the same year. So I went to a Kiss concert, saw my first pair of
Oh
boobs
my God, good
on
for
the
you.
screen, and Halloween was the second pair of boobs that I ever saw on
Wow.
a screen. So
You went to see Kiss when you were younger than 6 years old? That's awesome.
yeah, my dad was maybe not a responsible adult parent.
Hey,
You
sounds like a
seem
cool
fine.
guy.
Yeah, you seem. Yeah, you seem. Yeah.
We have
You
4
seem
older brothers,
well-adjusted.
so we were seeing stuff we should have been seeing when we
Yeah,
were 3 or 4
our
years
brothers
old.
would show us all these movies when we were kids.
Like I had nightmares of Chucky from age 5.
That's appropriate,
like
yeah.
last year.
They were showing us Freddy and Chuck. Yeah,
Valid.
Freddy and Chucky when we were
See,
kids.
this
It
is
was
why I
horrible.
had 26 movies to watch. I'm an only child, so I didn't have anyone to corrupt me in my youth, and my parents do not fuck with horror at all.
They're like, you have a horror podcast?
Yeah, my dad's like, it's so interesting that you can handle all that negativity all the time. He literally said that to me like 2 days ago because I told him about the movie marathon. He was like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yes, I'm fine."
You're like relishing in all the blood and guts, and he
doesn't
doesn't
get it.
understand. It's fun.
All right. I'm up Delbert Grady with my 5th pick. I'm going to take, I think there's only one zombie movie on
No
here.
way.
I think there's 2.
There's a
Maybe
couple.
Oh,
Yeah.
There's a couple.
There's a
There's a
couple,
couple,
yeah.
I'm taking Dawn of the
Nice.
Dead.
Nice pick.
It's still there. I'm just going
Film
to
bro.
take it. It's an all-timer. It's a classic. And I didn't get one of like the iconic horror icons really, but I got
There's still a couple
Yeah.
icons left.
Yeah, there's still a few. They might stay, but I feel like I had to get the zombie one.
Dawn
the
of the
best one.
Dead.
Cool.
It started the genre.
Yeah, it really did. It's
Started the
a really
genre.
Yeah,
special movie.
And I
it's
think
awesome.
that
It's
one
special.
episode
All
of
right.
Last of Us was definitely inspired by Dawn of the Dead. That takes place in the mall. Yeah.
The
I
mall.
just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
I never
was like,
ta-
that must
yeah,
have
you're
been an
absolutely right.
homage.
I think that-
I
yeah.
love that.
Yeah. So that's Left Behind. That's actually in the original. Well, they did a re-release of the game back in, what was it, 2013. So that was like originally back in like 2014. They made that part of the game, and then they made it into an
Oh,
episode of the
cool.
show, which is really cool.
Oh,
Very cool.
that show made me
Yeah.
cry so much.
So that's in the original game. Oh, it's an excellent show.
Yeah, it was a good show.
All
It was a
right,
good show.
Chelsea's up. We are the Stepford Guys. Your 5th pick. Actually, you have the swing, so you get 2 picks in a row. Who you
I
taking?
am frankly shocked that Sydney hasn't snatched this up yet. I guess she thought it would be safe, but she left it for the taking. So I'm going to take Black Christmas.
Oh, no.
Nice.
I thought for sure that was
What
going
a
to be
great
the first
slasher.
on your list, and you left it
Hmm.
undefended. I felt like I very generously gave you some time. Didn't snake it out from underneath you, but
I-
this is the way it goes.
I had to bully
That's
them
life.
to do Black Christmas on the podcast because they were like, "We have never seen this before," and I was like, "It's an incredible
It is.
film."
It's
Yeah.
so good.
That and The Hills Have Eyes, they changed the genre to being really gory. Those 2
Yeah.
movies in particular.
But I mean, we loved it. Sydney had seen it a lot already. But it was really fun to watch. And again, if you are a little bit of an unhinged shipper, it's just like Jess and Phil should be girlfriends, and they're
Oh, yeah.
so girlfriend the whole movie.
Mhm.
And I just love that. I'm obsessed with that. So
The new one's pretty good.
the new
It was pretty
one,
good.
or the Mary Elizabeth
I refuse to
Winstead
watch
new
the
one?
new ones.
The
Haven't
new
seen the
one.
new one.
With Imogen
I didn't
Poots
love
and a
it.
few other actresses. It was pretty good. I mean,
Very much a
it's
different
not
movie.
A great horror movie, but it was. Yeah.
How many horror remakes is Winstead
she
in? 'Cause
loves
she's
the
in
remake.
Thing
Yeah.
remake,
She loves
Yeah,
her
she's
remake.
a ton.
Yeah.
which is like a,
I want to see that.
Yeah, technically it's a prequel.
She talked to her agent. She's like, only remakes. If it's not a remake, it better be a fucking sequel.
Better be a prequel with the same name.
Her, yes, Chloe Grace Moretz. Only
We've like
remake.
joked about doing a Chloe Grace Moretz
oh my
remake month on the pod, but
There's
like
material for it.
some of them maybe are really bad.
I love Andrea Arnold, the director, but Carrie, it was just so bad. I couldn't. I was so disappointed in it.
Sometimes you don't need a remake.
It was such a bad.
It was just unmemorable.
Yeah,
A lot of the remakes are very unmemorable.
And it was
like
just like
rewatch value is
It
gone.
was literally like shot for shot the same thing. And Julianne Moore is like good in she's great, but like I was just like, it's just the
so
same
interesting
movie.
watching some of these like originals now where I've seen the remakes. The 2000s, they just did the exact same thing, and then they just made all the parts that are already very hard to watch more hard to watch. I'm talking to you, The Last House on the Left. It was already bad in the 70s, and they made it so much fucking worse. Dear God.
Wasn't that Jennifer Lawrence?
Yeah, the garbage disposal, right?
It's Jennifer Lawrence. It's Sarah Paxton, isn't it?
It's
Aquamarine.
Oh no, yeah.
Right?
Last House on the Left remake. I'm pretty sure.
Last House on the Left
Yeah,
is Jennifer Lawrence.
Aquamarine.
Yeah, I'm thinking of a different
very
one.
similar premise.
She might have.
What's the one that Aaron Paul is in a horror
Sarah
remake?
Paxton is in The Last
Also.
House on the Left.
What's Jennifer Lawrence in? She's in a horror remake too.
Jennifer
Something
Lawrence was
about
in-
a house.
The Last House on the Right.
There's a word house in it. I know what you're talking about, but I'm not Googling it.
It was before she was really famous. Is right after.
Yes.
The house at the end of the
Yes,
street.
Yes.
That's what it is.
The house on the corner of the street
Near the neighborhood,
near the
Corner in the
roundabout,
cul-de-sac.
in the cul-de-sac. What a terrible name.
Yeah,
Chelsea, you get a swing pick too.
I
by the way, so you have another pick.
know. And I did warn you, the Polter-Guys, but I have to take Polter-Guys, I think. I saw it for the first time in the fall, and they made fun of me when I said this on our episode, but like the layout of the home is very similar to my childhood home, and it's not far away, and like the neighborhoods were built at the same. It felt very cozy to me. Like it felt like very nicely reminiscent of my childhood. Brought me right back.
Was your neighborhood
It
built
might
on
be,
a graveyard?
who knows? No funny happenings so far, but we're still crossing our fingers.
That movie's surprisingly hysterical too.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
It's just an all-around entertaining movie. Like it hits every beat perfectly.
And like the swimming
It's so
pool
good.
part at the
Oh.
end. Woof.
Real
Yeah.
bodies.
Oh my
Nasty.
god.
Yes,
With the real
that
bodies.
is so cursed.
Yeah.
Why would you do
Yeah.
that?
Because they could get away with it.
Such a
Didn't
terrible
shoot those
idea.
things back
Way to make
then.
your own haunted
actually did-
film.
they did
They
a-
said these dead bodies are the reason this house is haunted, and we're also going to use them in our business. Like
It's because they were cheaper than making prosthetics.
that's what they did on the Pirates
That's
of the
why.
Caribbean ride at Disney too. But yeah, they had
Yeah.
real
Really?
Wow,
They're
real
dead
bodies.
bodies?
there
Skeletons,
at
yeah.
first.
They weren't just like they were like dead bodies that they had to replace every weekend.
I was gonna be like, that would smell horrible.
We need some more dead bodies out here.
Skeletons. Corpses
Skeletons,
was
all right.
Don't
misleading.
smell.
My bad.
Imagine if like you found out that like if you're like in the afterlife and you found out that your skeleton was being
Just
used
dancing.
as an amusement
Oh
park
my
ride,
God.
as a
I would
puppet.
kind of maybe
loved
be
the park
down.
so much, and they're like, I bequeath.
Talk
my
about disrespecting
bones
the dead.
to Walt Disney
Oh my
himself,
Not gonna donate my
God.
body to science. I'm gonna
I-
donate it to horror.
to Universal Horror Nights.
Monica, can I have your
Oh,
skull?
Benji.
I'm trying to convince everybody. I want to like just have like a display of all the skulls of my loved
Love that
ones
for
in my
you.
house.
Okay, if I die first, yeah, but
Damn.
if you die
Thank
first,
you.
I get yours.
You want like your
Okay, thank you.
you want your home to be like the
Yeah.
catacombs in Paris?
Yes,
may-
literally,
maybe-
that would be my ideal home decor. I would
May-
feel. Chelsea was like, the Polter-Guys house is so cozy.
I want you to do
The
that just so
Paris
you can see
catacombs are just
what
so
would your
cozy.
dad's reaction be to seeing that.
Well, considering that my father has already said no to leaving me his
Not
skull, which I think is
thoughtful,
really
yeah.
rude of him.
Wrong.
Uh,
Wrong.
Maybe
Selfish.
showing you Halloween at age
Like
6 was
he
not
put
the best
her on this
idea.
path. Yeah.
This is his fault.
Just kidding. Just kidding. All right, my turn. Delbert Grady's 6th pick.
Mm-hmm.
is gonna be Gremlins.
Sorry.
Ooh.
I love this movie. It's a great Christmas movie, one of the all-time best.
I love that. I love it.
I love Gremlins, and our first cat, I named Gizmo.
Yeah,
after
she
the
was
Gremlins.
cute. Yeah,
Because I love this
Gizmo was
movie.
a cutie.
I love it's all practical. Chris Columbus wrote this movie. I can't remember who directed it. I can't remember.
Joe Dante directed it.
Joe Dante, that's right. But I think it's awesome.
Yeah. I actually watched this on Christmas, this past Christmas, and it was perfect. I drank half a bottle of wine and watched Gremlins. It was great.
I love Gizmo so much. It's one of my
How
favorite.
did that
Ideal.
Santa scene hit on Christmas while drunk?
Even better.
Love
Even
that
better.
story. That was
Even
that
better.
was perfect.
Isn't this the movie that gave us PG-13 ratings?
That was Temple of Doom.
Temple of Doom. Yeah.
So another Spielberg production.
Yeah. Because even Jaws was PG.
Yeah.
But it was like the tearing people's hearts out of their chests that people were like, oh my God, I took my kids to see this
They're
movie.
Maybe not.
Yeah. A little much.
All right.
For the kiddies.
Sydney, Sparkle Motion. You're on your sixth pick.
Well, since Chelsea took the one that I wanted and you took the other Christmas movie, I'm going to go with Deep Red because there is a Christmas murder.
This is a holiday-themed episode.
So good.
I was feeling in the mood, and this was another one that I hadn't seen, and I had a really great time watching it.
I love some of those Italian horror films. Nobody speaks Italian.
Right?
I feel like
they're all American and English
I feel
actors.
like Dario was like the most like popular director from those, so maybe that's why he got the English speaking actors in there or something.
It got them the best box office.
He's playing the studio game,
so they could distribute it in America. That's what. Yeah, it's just so they could release it here.
Totally.
The music is just like so fun.
It's Goblin again.
Goblin does the music with.
Goblin's
so
great.
I got to see them live last fall.
And then that window
my
kill.
God.
Oh my God.
Like it's just so good.
Great choice.
Great pick. All right, Christine in the Scream Queens.
I
Monica,
just have
who
a
you taking with
question,
your
and
sixth
it's not
pick?
my pick yet. I just need to consider this because I'm shocked that it's still on the list. Is Friday the 13th? Has that been claimed yet?
And it's not been
Well,
claimed.
I'm gonna
It's
claim
still
it.
there.
Just because I feel like I should. It looks so lonely up there in the top 13, all alone. It's not even one of my favorites. I'm not a huge stan of like the big 3 or big 4 if you're including Leatherface. But Friday the 13th is super fun. We love camp.
Kevin
we
Bacon's
love
dead
Kevin
skin is
Bacon.
gorgeous.
We just did. They slashed them.
Also
Yes.
killed in bed.
Right.
all these hunks killed in
I know.
bed.
Oh, and I loved that that practical effect.
Yes.
It's just the fake chest.
Yeah.
Just the
But I see what you mean because out of the big 3, I think Freddy Krueger is by far the best.
most.
Yeah.
Most
Like
interesting.
by
yeah.
far out of over
For
Mike
sure.
Myers and,
But the
Jason.
Halloween franchise is most iconic.
But Halloween is just like it's lost so much steam because it's so
Overdone,
There's
yeah.
there's so
And
many
the
of
last-
them, and it's just the same repetitive
There's
thing.
only so much personality that Mike Myers has.
Yeah,
compared to
well,
Freddy.
they don't
Yeah.
say
I
anything.
agree.
They just kind of like stomp around and never fucking
Just walk
die,
around.
which pisses me off.
Yeah.
At least Freddy, like goes away for a while.
He's
Yeah.
like
Freddy's way
in the
more fun.
dream
Evil
realm.
dies
It's
tonight.
different. Yeah.
Evil dies
Yeah,
tonight.
it makes sense that he's unkillable. But if you exist in reality, I mean, you should be a little more easier to take
Exactly.
down.
Exactly. Yeah. So I love what they do. I love the makeup. In that. Oh, sorry. I started talking about Nightmare on Elm Street because I got excited about it. I'm so sorry. But I'm doing
We're
it.
Friday the
I'm just
13th.
doing it.
Good.
Whatever. I'm just doing it because that little like fake out ending, iconic.
Mhm.
It's legendary.
It's a legendary movie. It's a big franchise. Good pick. Great pick, actually. All right, next up, Anthony.
I'm up.
Polter-Guys. You got a swing pick over here,
All
guy.
right. Oh my
2 in a
God.
row. What's it gonna be?
Oh man. I'm gonna go with. Ooh. I mean, I really like that movie.
Actually, how about do one pick, and then I'll recap everyone's teams because we'll have 6 each, and then we'll do your second pick.
Sounds wonderful. I'm gonna go with Little Shop of Horrors.
You said that the second I
Oh,
thought
good
I
one.
should choose that one next. so weird. That was
I heard your thought.
Right into
I heard
his
your
head.
thought.
connected to you right now.
That's a sleeper, man. That is a sleeper pick.
Down at 44, James was hiding it. I just think it's so fun, and also it is horrific. But then Steve Martin coming out of nowhere and just fucking stealing the show. It's unbelievable. It's so good.
Great music.
It's
too.
It is
Great
an incredible
musical.
Yeah. It's the only musical on the list. Yeah.
Do you have
Well,
preferences
Wicker
between the
Man, but,
endings?
you know.
The different
Any
endings?
preference for what?
Oh,
What's the other ending?
I
I'm
got.
not sure I've seen.
Can I tell him or do you want to
Yeah,
tell him?
no, please.
Okay,
Well,
Yeah,
hold
go,
on.
Monica.
Spoiler warning for all the listeners. So there's
an
an
alternate ending
to
because
it.
I'd always seen I saw the actual musical first because I love musical theater. We all do.
Uh-huh.
And so I went
Mhm.
and watched this movie for the first time last year, and I was getting all ready to cry hysterically. Spoiler alert: the real ending, that's what I'm going to refer to it as, is hella fucking sad. And then I watched the movie, and I was like, "What's this happy shit where they're all alive and everything's good in the end?" Or, I mean, there's kind of some, but yeah, there's a whole other ending where it doesn't go so
I
well.
don't like that.
And they shot the entire thing, and there's this insane, crazy, like Armageddon kind of shit going on that they filmed it all. But they tested it with audiences, and they hated it because it didn't have a happy ending, and so they reshot it.
Oh, is it when he's
Yeah,
gigantic?
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I've seen it.
and
I've
so-
seen it.
Yeah,
I've seen
it's
it.
so
Yeah.
awesome. They finally found the
I like that
footage and
ending. I
have
kind
to
of
look
put
that
it back
up.
together. It's not like perfect because a lot of it
Yeah.
got like lost in the cutting room floor, as they say. But yeah,
Uh-huh.
that's the real ending, if you ask me.
Yeah.
I've watched the last time I watched it. It was that ending. Whenever one I watched on Amazon Prime, it had that ending.
Yeah, well, I'm glad that we're living in an era that like studios aren't afraid to have
Well, it's
unhappy endings at the end
crazy.
of movies. I
So
think
many
that's
of the
something great,
70s and 80s movies
Yeah.
just have like a really bleak fucking ending.
Yeah.
Some of the ones on my list, I was thinking
Yeah.
about when I was
Yeah.
picking my name being like Team Question Authority, because so many of them are just like people are lying to you, and the end of the movie is don't trust the government.
Ah, Videodrome and Scanners. Those are two of those.
Yeah.
So many of them, though.
Yeah.
And that's why I was so surprised when they didn't like that kind of ending, which was like the canonical ending for Little Shop of Horrors. But I guess with the musical vibes, maybe people were expecting it to be cheerier. I don't know.
You can sing when you're sad,
Yeah,
in case
maybe.
you wanted to know.
Yeah. Screw the happy ending.
Screw it. All right, how about we recap everyone's teams before we continue with the 7th round?
Sounds
So, Anthony, the Polter-Guys, has a great team of The Exorcist, Jaws, The Shining, A Nightmare on Elm Street, Beetlejuice, and Little Shop of Horrors. Monica's killing it. Christine in the Scream Queens, The Thing, Possession, Rocky Picture Horror Show, The Wicker Man, The Fly, and Friday the 13th. Sydney and Sparkle Motion have a terrific team. The Evil Dead, Suspiria, Predator, The Lost Boys, Halloween, and Deep Red. My team, Delbert Grady, is Alien, Rosemary's Baby, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, House, Dawn of the Dead, and Gremlins. And then Chelsea's finishing us off with We Are the Stepford Wives, guys, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, An American Werewolf in London, Carrie, The Stepford Wives, Black Christmas, and Poltergeist. Everyone, just give yourself a round of applause. Everyone's doing great. These teams are
I'm
phenomenal.
happy with my team so far. I'm
Such
feeling
great
Yeah,
good.
me too.
Yeah, me
Do I
too.
think I'm gonna win?
Everyone's doing a great job.
No.
They're all so
but
different. They're all
it's
so
really
different.
dear to my heart.
I like how unique everyone's team is, too. Yeah.
Yeah, they are all.
Everyone's
so
just
different.
bouncing all over
Yeah.
the place. I like it. All right, Anthony, you're starting off round 7 with your swing pick. Who are you taking?
I've been eyeing the list the whole time. I'm just like, I'm not sure. Oh my
It's gonna get hard now.
I can't walk away from this without taking a Cronenberg movie, so I'm going Videodrome.
Videodrome,
Damn it.
man. That
really
shit was
wanted that.
crazy.
I really
Wild,
wanted
huh?
that.
Isn't that
Oh,
wild?
man. That was when he does body horror. He does it, man. Wow.
It's
love
such
it.
a
Is
trip.
that the one
Yes!
with Debbie Harry
Yes.
in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could say that. What's the new one he made called Crimes of the Future?
Oh, yeah?
It's kind of it's like you can see it as a sequel almost to
Similar
this movie.
themes.
You know what I mean? It's you can. I mean, yeah.
He also made a movie called Crimes of the Future in the 70s.
No way.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
People thought that the new one was a remake of his own movie. He's like, no, it's just the same title.
Same title.
He's like, it's just the same title.
I mean, he's a
You
weird
can do
guy,
whatever
so
you want.
I
His
love his
son
movies.
also
so.
is doing some freaky shit right
Yeah.
now. I
Exactly.
saw Infinity Pool. That was wild.
Yeah.
yeah.
Freaking trip, dude. Freaking trip. The apple did not fall far from the
Yeah.
tree of weirdness.
Seriously, he's like,
a good way.
Dad's doing freak shit. I'm gonna do it too.
I'll do freak shit.
All right, Monica, Christine, and the Scream Queens. Who are you taking
I'm gonna let
with
you
your
know right now.
seventh
I
pick?
feel panic at this point. I'm like, okay. I'm like, do I go with my heart?
harder
or
now.
I'm going with my heart. Like
You have
whatever.
to.
Like I liked the Dead Zone a lot, but I'm not choosing that. I can't do it. It's so hard. It's between. Okay, I'm doing Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I gotta
What a
do
great
it. I
pick.
mean, I was trying to choose other things, but in my head, I was just hearing the freaking theme song, the
I can't
greatest
believe-
theme song of all time. That
Oh
movie
my
is
God.
weird as fuck. It has an OT3, which we love.
Yes.
It's literally
throuple movie.
a beautiful
Love.
like a legitimate polyamorous couple occurs in this film. And also like they really got so creative with all the things that you could make scary about a clown or make silly about a clown. Like they did it. They hit it all. Everything. I don't think they left anything out. So
The balloon
amazing.
animal dog is so iconic.
Balloon animal dog,
Yeah,
the
Balloon's
pies
great.
that melt
The
you.
shadow
Shadow
puppet
puppets,
thing.
yeah.
Yes.
I can't believe
I was-
Chelsea didn't get that because you know Chelsea loves a good
No,
cream
that's
pie
don't say
fundraiser.
that. I wanted it. I did want it. I wanted it on my list, but you know that's the way the cookie crumbles. I'm gonna be really
Sorry, beat ya.
That's the way the cookie
adult
crumbles.
about it.
Our brothers would show us that movie all the time.
I think this is why I was
Yeah.
afraid of clowns when I was a kid, is because
'cause of this movie
the brothers
and
showed us
it.
this at a very
They're not
young
real
age.
clowns.
Yeah,
Does
yeah,
that make
this
you
was
feel
on our
better?
house a
They're
lot.
aliens.
Yeah, they just
Yeah,
look
they're
like
aliens.
that.
They're
Well,
aliens.
I know Chucky's not real.
Yeah, they're aliens, bro.
Even balloons, I was like wary of because of this movie.
Cotton candy. It was just over
Great
for you
pick.
for life.
Cotton candy
Yeah,
is menacing.
True.
Those red noses. All right, Sydney, Sparkle Motion. Who are you
Okay,
taking next?
I am going with a staple on my middle school sleepover like movie list, and that is Young Frankenstein.
Nice
That's a
pick.
good one.
Great pick.
That was
That
bolded
is
on my
just so
list. I guess
funny.
I'll just unbold it.
13-year-old Sydney had incredible
13-year-old
taste.
Sydney and my dad would like really
Immaculate.
get along.
And yeah,
That's Gene Wilder, right?
Gene Wilder,
Yeah.
and it's
Wilder,
black and white
he's
too.
very handsome in that. Just saying. I was like, wow, I think I
He's
have a
awesome.
thing for Gene Wilder now, which is a new thing for me.
Well, who
I
doesn't
hadn't
have a thing for
realized
Gene
it
Wilder?
until this week.
Man, all right. I'm up with my 7th pick. This is getting tough, everybody. This is getting tough. So many good options are left, though. Like, I feel like I want to get a vampire movie
Oh
up in
my
here.
god. I'm prepared to roast you.
There are a couple of good ones. I think I'm going to go
Oh,
Near
okay,
Dark.
good. That was the right
Nice.
pick. That was the right pick.
Catherine Bigelow.
It's not the right pick
Yeah.
because what if I
I
wanted
think
it?
this is one of my favorite
Okay, well, sorry. I'm sorry.
one of my favorite Catherine Bigelow movies. It's just such a trip, and I love like the 80s cliche horror movies, but just like a cool version of vampires, and everyone's awesome in this movie, and I think it's such a trip, and it's just a blast. And I love like it's like a time
The
machine from that era. I
Western
love it.
aspect of it, the bar scene.
Yeah,
Vampire
it's
Vampire
Cowboys, my
Cowboys.
dreams.
yeah.
Bill
Oh,
Paxton.
he's-
Bill
So
Paxton's
good.
awesome in freaking everything.
Great choice.
Yeah. All right. Thanks. All right. Next up, Chelsea. We Are the Stepford Wife guys has a swing pick here. You
Yeah,
get two-
I'm really
two picks.
evaluating my options because I feel like that round wiped through a lot of the ones where I was like preparing to go for it. But I
Destroyed your
think
strategy.
I know I'm like
You forgot we all have exquisite
well also
taste.
just there's we're deep into the list now. You know what I mean? Our teams are pretty full.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I
Oh, yeah.
feel like I want to go for my first pick with Piranha because that's also another question authority one, and I had a lot of fun with that one recently. And also I loved the remix. I loved Piranha 3D and Piranha 3 Double D.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Was a fun era for horror.
Yeah.
Sharknado era.
Right.
They were just like, fuck it.
Yeah, but I mean, it was so interesting to watch the original for the first time, which again is very political in a lot of ways, and the new one is so not that. It's so just like, what if a crevice in the earth opened up and these fish came out? And it's like, that's fun, but it's also fun for this to be like a man-made horror. So it could happen, and I'm ready for it at any moment.
Bottom of the sea is a terrifying thing.
Ready for it.
Okay, let me see.
There's an ocean within the earth, and those scary fish could come into our ocean and eat us.
It's in the Earth's crust?
It was like a deep underground.
There's like a second ocean
lake or something like that. Unless you're talking about real life now. We're talking. Oh my gosh!
talking about real life.
I'm no geologist.
Is this like one of those conspiracy theories where the dinosaurs are still alive, but they're deep, deep down under the Earth's crust? And
that's true, though.
I've heard that too.
That is true, actually.
That's a Brendan Fraser movie, everybody. Journey to the Center of the Earth, right?
But some people believe that's true.
No,
that's the new King Kong movie. That's what they did. They went into the crust of the earth, and there's a new world under there.
Man, at the end of the day, a lot of us we don't know shit about fuck, so I'm cool with anything.
Saying that.
No, everything is so scary.
The Earth's a pretty
okay.
big
Well,
place.
it's still my pick on this swing back. I'm starting to run out of movies that I've seen and that I've liked. But there is one that I'm surprised is still on here, and that's Child's Play. So I'm gonna grab that one.
Nice.
Damn, I was going for that next.
Good one.
Great pick.
I know. Some of these I'm shocked.
Nope. You know, it's a ginger.
Don't be mean to him.
We're getting to.
It's not his fault.
It's not his fault. He's a serial killer.
Brad Dourif in that. Weirdly.
And you've got, what is it, the mom from Seventh Heaven? Isn't that who's the mom in that movie?
It's the mom from Seventh
Heaven.
Oh my God. Range.
All right. I'm up next, Dilbert Grady, with my 8th pick. I'm going to go with Eraserhead. It's chilling up there at number 14 still.
Wow.
I will take Lynch that late in the draft any day.
Taking one for the team.
I started watching it over the weekend, and I was like, I can't do this. Not that it's bad, but I was like, I have to watch like 10 movies today, and this can't be one of them.
This is going to slow me down. Yeah.
I cannot do this.
That's like I can only spend like a weekend watching this movie. That's it.
But
like,
I went back and I watched the second half, and I was like, "Ooh, okay, we'd be feeling down in the dumps."
It's crazy, and the sound design's amazing.
Awesome. Brad Pitt did like a great photo shoot as the character.
Oh, did he?
Like in the 90s.
Oh,
you should check it out. It's really cool.
Wow.
All right. Next up, we have Sydney Sparkle Motion with your 8th pick. Who are you taking?
I'm gonna take Pet Cemetery. Because one, Stephen King, icon. 2, the cat's name, who is terrifying, is Winston Churchill, and they call him Church. But like, I don't know. I love the premise of this movie, and it's just like so good. And it's set in Maine, and everybody knows Maine is the scariest state of all 50 states.
He puts like all.
And
of
it's
his
like
books
so
in there
all the way
movies.
up. You know what I mean? Like, why does it need to be so high?
I bet there's cryptids there for sure. So
they definitely have a local cryptid.
I'm pretty sure, isn't that where Dr. Sleep takes place? Is Maine?
He does everything in New England.
And that's where it takes place.
Not always in New England
He's
areas.
obsessed with Maine.
Yeah. He writes.
And I love the way that they spell cemetery.
Yeah. It's very
easy. Is there a plot reason for that?
SEMAT.
Yeah, it's like in the movie. It's like spelled
in the
wrong.
book too.
Okay.
It is. It's like a kid. I think it's
yeah.
A kid. Yeah, a kid wrote it.
They spelled it wrong. They were like, "What if we rolled?"
I can't read it. I can't rock it. Cemetery.
The movie is great and fun, and the book was so fucking sad, man. Oh my god. Deeply dark and depressing.
I didn't finish the book. I was like, oh, I can't do this.
Ooh. Is it my turn? Oh fuck.
Yeah, Monica. Christine in the Scream Queens.
Okay,
Your
I
8th
had
pick
it
is now.
decided and then I forgot. So hold on.
Uh-oh. Gotta review the list.
Oh, okay. I know.
Plenty left.
I know.
There's still some good ones left.
We have Don't Look Now, The Dead Zone, Nosferatu, The Omen, Evil Dead 2, Cujo, Salem's Lot, The Hills Have Eyes, The Last House on the Left, The Reanimator. So many options.
Okay. There's so many good ones. It's like, do I speak from my heart or do I do the one that I have a funny joke that I came up with for already?
I say funny joke. That was funny joke.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that one. Okay, we're doing
Joke,
Return
joke.
of the Living Dead. I watched that for the first time this weekend, and it blew my mind because there was a character who gets naked in the first 10 minutes, and then she's naked the entire rest of the movie because she never gets a chance to put her clothes back on. And I thought it was hilarious. It's also just like such a silly. It's so silly. It's like classic 80s silliness. Zombies, people fucking up, people being dumb, punks and cool costumes. I am deeply in love with Spider. Spider is the person I would choose to be on my team to try to not die. And yeah, it's great. It's really good.
Awesome. All right, Anthony, the Polter-Guys. You have a swing pick. You get your 8th and 9th pick right now.
Evil Dead 2, baby.
Evil Dead 2. That was pretty quick.
Ready.
For you over there. You had that planned out.
Ooh.
Ready to go. All right, now number 9 pick for you.
I'm gonna go with.
I know you
now
can't
it's
plan
actually
ahead anymore. You just gotta go with your gut.
Yeah, what's your gut telling
Listen
you,
to your
Anthony?
heart. I was
Listen to your heart.
glad we're in the same place.
I'm going Hellraiser.
Hellraiser.
That's a
Love
fucked
it.
up movie.
movie
That's a
is-
fucked up movie.
I was hoping no one was seeing that right now.
It's
It's a
deeply
fucked up
wrong.
movie.
Great swing pick. All right, back to Monica, Christine, the Scream Queens with your
Okay, all right,
9th
all right,
pick
all
as
right.
well.
Okay, I can go all the way down to the second page because I don't fuck with any of the movies that are left in the first page. Now you know. I
You
know.
might be stuck
and
with
if
them
I
later on, though.
If I get stuck with Nosferatu, I'm gonna be so fucking mad. Anyway, I'm sorry.
It's a great movie.
I'll tell you why later.
There's 8 leftovers. Don't worry.
Yeah, I know. Okay. It can't be Amityville Horror. I fell asleep. I felt so bad, but I could not stay awake.
I like the
I
Ryan
love
Gosling
the Ryan
one,
Gosling
actually.
one.
It's
Ryan
Ryan
Reynolds.
Reynolds.
I'm sorry.
It
Ryan
is
Reynolds,
You're
everyone.
right. I really
Handsome guy
rewrote
named
it in my
Ryan.
mind as Ryan Gosling and remembered his face in the movie.
You
Like
said
I
it, she
really
created
did.
it. Yeah.
I was
Thank
thinking
you, me
about it
too.
all last
I love
night.
Gosling, but he cannot grow a beard. He cannot grow a beard like that.
Yeah.
He's got an okay beard.
He cannot like
Not like
Reynolds.
Reynolds is a
Reynolds.
great beard.
Reynolds
He
got
cannot
the
grow a beard
facial
like
hair.
He's
No.
unnecessarily shredded in that movie.
But also, like,
unnecessarily shredded.
but
Like,
Reynolds-
what is your workout routine besides chopping wood?
But for a remake, he was so reminiscent of James Brolin
Yeah,
in the original.
totally.
Yeah.
You gotta do something
Okay,
different.
And
It's
all men
amazing.
love Ryan Reynolds.
Okay,
so.
I'm gonna pick the one
do.
that my namesake. I'm picking Christine. This movie,
Nice.
I freaking love this movie. I think it is it's such a concept of a movie that I didn't think that I would like. And I actually thought I hadn't seen it, but I watched it and I was like, oh yeah, I've seen this whole thing before. I just forgot. But I love 50s music, so I love that that's like a theme throughout. I like know all of those songs, so it hit extra good for me. And I don't know. I also think there's something to be said about how the main guy who's not Arnie, his name escapes me, looks just like Paul Walker, and it's a car movie and Fast and Furious. Think about that. I don't know. There's something
And then
there.
Dominic Toretto showed
Oh
up
my-
with a charger. And he's like,
yeah, and then
family.
he's the one who destroys Christine. That's the real movie that we need.
It's a
Maybe
race
that'll
at the
happen.
end. Yeah.
That could happen in part 2 of Fast 10. You never know.
They They should remake this. They should.
Yes.
Did you guys see Fast X?
I'm a huge Fast and Furious girly.
ridiculous.
I love Fast
Monica
and Furious.
loves all of that.
Did you like it?
I loved
You
it,
liked
but
it?
I understand any critiques you may have. But I am blinded by my love.
He drove down the Hoover Dam as it was blowing
You
up.
have to leave
While
reality
we were
at the
watching it,
door
yeah.
when you walk into the movie theater.
That's
Yeah.
more
Have you
than
not
leaving
learned
reality.
that by
That's
now?
more than leaving reality.
The dialogues, yeah, but while I was watching it, I went in like, I know I'm gonna hate this movie. Then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. They're just like
Yeah.
dudes and filmmakers
Yeah.
just playing with cars like you're a kid, just smashing them into buildings. That's what they're doing
That's
right
what's
now
happening.
with movies. I respect it.
It was
to an extent.
It was the first one I'd seen since Tokyo
Oh,
Drift.
you must have been so scared. You
I
poor
love
thing.
Tokyo
You must have
Drift.
been terrified.
I thought I would be confused, but then I was like, oh, I'm up to speed all right away.
Dude, I like Tokyo Drift. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not afraid to admit
great.
it.
Tokyo
like
Drift
I
it
love
slaps.
Tokyo
Also,
Drift. It's
the
my favorite
song-
one.
Yeah.
Dun,
Yes.
dun, dun,
That is the
dun,
greatest
dun,
song of all
dun,
time.
dun, dun. I wonder if you know. Dun, 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 dun,
It's got little
Tokyo.
Bow Wow in it. Never forget.
Yeah,
Yeah, back when Bow Wow was an actor.
with the Hulk
I'm
cart.
so glad I chose this movie.
Remember when,
'cause now we
remember
got to
Like
talk
Mike?
about Fast and Furious.
Remember like Mike?
My true passion.
She
Forget
really
horror
snuck it in
films.
there. Yeah.
You planned this segue. You planned the segue.
So hold on, segue Bow Wow. So he was in
Of
Like
course.
Mike. Remember the movie?
Yeah.
And
Yes.
so the bully of Like Mike was
Yeah.
Jesse Plemons.
Yeah.
Whoa.
The
Oh,
school bully.
Yeah.
Isn't that
On
crazy?
the basketball court,
The
right?
basketball, yeah.
Holy crap.
Mind blown.
Wow. Mind
Beautiful
blown.
starting point for any
All
actor.
right, let's get back to the draft. Bullying Bow Wow is the starting point, yeah. All right. Sydney, Sparkle Motion, you are on your 9th pick now. Who you taking?
I'm doing the Amityville Horror. One, it's got Margot Kidder,
Yes.
also in Black Christmas, a fun. But also, you know, if a priest came into my house, I would also kick them out, you know?
You have to have boundaries.
And if
I
like
don't
flies
need
just
the-
showed up.
Yeah. I
And
don't
a radiator
need...
was like, sounds really evil. It's like Buddy the Elf when he's like, there's like a scary noise coming from over there. It's just the heater.
I don't know what I lived in Nashville for a little while, and I went home for like a week, and I came back and there was just flies everywhere in my house, and I was like, I
my
don't know,
God.
and they just like kept coming, and I was like, is my house possessed?
That's
Like,
that
do
was
I have a
exactly
demon in my
that.
house?
Something
I
really
love how
bad
that's
was
the first
happening
thought.
there.
I would think that too. Yeah.
Like that was my immediate thought. I was like, is my
No,
house possessed?
That's cool. I mean, James Brolin, like, he was a legend, so that's a good pick. I like that movie. But I do like the Ryan Reynolds one a lot. All right. My turn. This
Chloe
is
Grace Moretz is in that.
in the
Put it on the
remake?
list.
She's the
Hurry
daughter?
up.
Yeah, she's the little daughter.
Oh my
The
god.
daughter who stands on the roof. Remember, she stands
Holy
on the
crap,
roof.
it is
Yeah.
We're
Chloe Grace Moretz. She's
saying
tiny. She's
Okay,
tiny.
she did
in that.
so
some good
many.
remakes when she's a
Horror
little baby
remakes.
child. She did some great ones then. Yeah.
She was a cute kid. She was a cute kid.
Little baby child. All right, my 9th pick. So our mother's birthday was yesterday. In honor of Janice's birthday, I'm gonna pick one of her favorite horror movies that she showed us when we were like 6.
Oh
Cujo.
God. She's like,
Which
I
is-
do that for you.
About a rabid dog. This is for you guys. You're gonna love this movie.
She made us watch it when we were little.
And the ironic thing is she's
She
terrified
said,
of
I'm
dogs.
passing
And
on
so
this generational
Cujo-
trauma immediately.
Immediately.
Didn't work though because we love dogs.
Love
like,
dogs.
I need my children to
She was
also
like-
not like dogs.
It's an
Yeah,
awesome
hate
and she
dogs,
didn't
you
want
hate
you to
dogs
ever
now.
ask for a dog as a pet, so she's like, let me sneak this in early.
Probably.
Holy shit, that's it. That's
Makes
definitely
sense.
right.
Yeah.
That's definitely right.
Well, no, she always said that we have 4 older brothers, so she's like, there's enough dogs in the house. We don't need another one for me to take care of because you guys are pissing all over the seats anyways. We don't need more dogs.
And she's right.
Did you just say you have 4 older brothers?
How many are
Yeah,
Six
twins?
of us,
Older,
6
yeah.
boys.
Just us.
Just
so
us.
we're all twins.
That would be
This is
Your
why we
poor
love
mother,
older
that would be
couples. Yeah.
Your
I know.
poor mother.
Janice is a saint. She deserves.
Also, she was only 28 years old when she had
That's
6
Wow.
other boys.
overwhelming.
She
Oh.
is a
Identical
saint.
twin
A
babies. at the
literal
end.
saint. Also,
Yeah.
tell her happy birthday.
Janice.
We will.
Yeah.
Yeah. She'll love that.
We got her a gardening kit because she
Cute.
likes to garden.
Yeah.
She's the best. She's the best. But yeah, I love Cujo. If you think about it, Cujo's kind of like Jaws in a
It is
way.
like
you know, it's
Jaws,
very
yeah.
much like
Oh,
Jaws.
I see what you mean.
If anyone's never seen it, I recommend it. It's a trip. All right, Chelsea, we are the Stepford Wives. You are on your swing pick. You
I
get
know.
2 picks, and then
I'm
you're done
closing
with
out
yours
my
draft.
list.
Yeah, because
Oh, first one
So
done.
I feel
Yeah,
like
right. Wow.
Pressure
good.
is on, but also a lot of the ones that I would want are gone. And I kept being like, how could I steal from someone? But I'm not sure.
So mean and cruel.
Yeah.
Are there any trades in this draft?
Are you sure you don't want one of these duds that hasn't been picked yet? I mean, that said, this is surprising to me. This is not a choice that I thought that I would make. Because when we did the remake, we famously hated it so much and wanted to, like, almost, we were like, I wish we had not committed to doing this.
We almost stopped the episode before
with
it
Julia
started.
Stiles.
Yeah. They know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But I watched the older version, and it was less repellent to me than the new one. This is The Hills Have Eyes. I am wearing my Wes Craven shirt, so it feels right. We hated the remake so much.
So much.
I didn't like the remake
It was
either.
really
I thought it was
so
terrible.
impossible to watch, really disgusting, really some unnecessary stuff that is not there, maybe implied to some degree, but like they made the remake so much more horrific than the original on purpose. And I also just kind of like the setup of the original more. Like it feels right for the time period, whereas the remake, you know, they were doing it for the sake of a remake, not necessarily because it was like speaking to something in the era. So it's not something that I wanted to choose any earlier in the list, but now that we're down here, I'm taking it.
Here we are.
Here we are.
That's a good pick
Yeah,
for your ninth.
I think so, too.
Honestly, that is a good pick. Ninth
And now
round
that
is a
I'm
good
on my
pick.
10th round, and again, I only have movies that I haven't seen, I think I'm going to just take the one closest to the top because I feel like strategy-wise, it's seated so high that I'm going to go with Dawn of the Dead just for my numbers game.
It's gone.
Oh,
You did? Did I?
Dawn of the Dead,
Oopsie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my attempt to
Let me
steal.
double check.
Damn.
No, you
Yeah.
got it. You got that like number 5. Yeah, we were talking about the
That's
wall.
your
my
fifth
fifth
I wanted
pick.
to
Yeah.
steal.
It was number 5, wasn't it? Yeah.
Oh my god!
Get out of here,
Okay.
Chelsea! You're trying to steal my
Trying to
draft.
swoon.
So I'm gonna
I'm
take
gonna
The Shining.
Exorcist, I
I'm gonna take The
guess.
Shining
Yeah.
and
Well, I
Jaws.
didn't italicize it on my list. That one's on me. That's my bad. I know.
Pay
I know. There's
attention.
just so much happening all the time. Okay, then I think that I am going to go with The Reanimator. And that's nowhere near the top of the list, but it's the one I'm taking.
So
That's a
good.
great one.
It seems like they're doing a lot of fun stuff in
pick.
there, a lot of fun stuff with practical effects as well. So I mean, I think they do a lot of silly stuff too, is my understanding. And I love to be silly.
Stuff that makes no fucking sense, and that's
I love to be
fine.
silly.
Sense.
All right, you
know.
are done with your draft. You have 10 movies.
Great job.
Great job. All right, I am on my final pick of the draft. And
Choose wisely.
You know, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, I adore that film, and I'm a huge fan of Donald Sutherland. And since I couldn't get that, I think I will take Don't Look Now because he's also in that movie.
And
I
it's
think
in Venice.
It's an awesome movie.
And you
It's
get to
in-
see
in
his
Italy.
butt.
So I'm taking Don't Look Now.
I like that movie.
It's a great movie.
I love
terrific.
the objectification of men from y'all because we actually do that a lot too.
It's
We talk about Henry Cavill. We
Yeah.
talk about Henry Cavill.
We talk about Henry
Well,
Cavill quite a
as you
lot.
should.
Listen, men are objects and props. Like,
It's only fair sometimes.
But yeah,
We're
that's my final
writing
pick.
history's wrongs. Eventually, at some point, we'll get to a place where it's even and we'll stop. But
Yeah. Yeah. In like 500 years at least.
give
you
us
know.
a couple centuries to get
Maybe.
our fun. Yeah.
We won't be alive for it.
Yeah. So my final pick is Don't Look Now. And I'm done.
Great job, man.
Next up, we have Sydney Sparkle Motion, your final pick of the draft.
okay. I wanted Don't Look Now, but it's fine, I guess.
The man got it.
The fucking patriarchy once again.
Yeah.
Taking our movies in the
He
last
took
round.
Dawn of the Dead. I wanted that.
but-
Hey, she took Black Christmas from you. What about her?
We're
yeah, we're allies.
Love
I'm
Chelsea.
casting out. I thought about that. I was like, should we set up a secret alliance going in? Like,
That's what our friends do when we play board
You
games.
have
It's
to
not fair.
sometimes. It's
Always
Survivor
girls.
rules.
They turn to girls versus guys.
Yeah, it turns into
You
girls
also
versus
just
guys.
use your
It
twin
sucks.
telepathy. Come on.
I don't want him to win.
Yeah.
Well, we can't play specific games like
What?
There's a few games we can't play because it's not fair
Oh.
because we're twins. Like we can't be on the same team.
Code names.
Code
can't
names
play.
we can't play it on the same team. 'cause
Taboo.
It's, like, really unfair
I bet
if you
is
ever
one
played
you
that,
can't
so-
do either.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we just know each other so well.
Sure.
It's like cheating.
Kind of, yeah. All right, Sparkle Motion.
I didn't want to do two
No, why
vampire
not?
movies, but I'm gonna do
Oh,
Fright
okay.
Night.
Nice.
It's better than the remake for sure.
Yeah, it's
like Fright
it's
That
Night.
looks
fun.
really good.
That's fun and
I love
silly.
Fright Night. I love Fright Night.
Excellent movie
Yes.
poster.
Exactly.
too.
I actually would have
Excellent
taken
poster.
it if it was still open. I was gonna take it.
It's not my turn, is it? No.
Yeah, it is. It is your turn. Are
Yeah,
you ready?
it is.
Yes,
Oh
Sparkle
my
Motion
god.
is
Okay,
done
okay,
with. She
okay.
got 10.
Give me a second.
Cindy has
Sorry.
10.
Oh.
Christine and the Scream Queens.
No pressure.
We,
no
we
pressure.
need to get like a timer for you
I
when
know,
you pick.
I
Don't
just-
rush her.
I just got lost.
Remember when people used to say
JK.
JK,
JK,
JK, JK,
We're all,
JK,
we're all
JK.
millennials, right?
I'm done.
Millennials.
Okay, I already know what I'm gonna choose, and I didn't expect anyone to choose this one because I had never heard of this before in my life until 2 days ago. But I loved The Hitcher. I loved The Hitcher. The Hitcher was
great.
awesome. Everyone in it very good looking. The plot very horrifying. No one should ever pick up hitchhikers. I cannot believe that was a thing.
It's
So it's
such
really,
a thing too.
it was
Crazy.
a huge
Very common thing. Very
Very.
common
I
thing.
literally no wonder there was so many serial
They
killers.
made it so
Yeah,
easy
for
back
real.
in the day.
Oh my god.
See?
Let me just look for a fucking hitchhiker. Okay.
No technology,
Oh my God,
no
you can
fingerprint
just lie about
analysis,
your
no
name
DNA.
and nobody
People-
can check anything. They can't like Google your social media to find out if you are who you say you are.
Well, people just trusted people more
Nothing
because there
crazy.
wasn't like as much media for us to know about how everyone is
The
fucked up
24-hour
and bad.
news cycle ruined everything for serial killers.
Ugh.
Thing.
You could actually trust your neighbor. You used to be able to an extent.
Until you found out they were
Until
a
you-
serial killer.
Until they were a serial killer.
Yeah, I just love the pacing of The Hitcher. I thought it was really, really fun. And I just was expecting it to be a total dud. Sorry, because it was at the end of the list. I don't know. And it blew my mind. I loved it.
Didn't they remake it with Sean Bean?
Sean Bean is
No
the Hitcher.
way.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I
they
didn't
remade
know
it.
about
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like half the movies
Also-
on this list have been
2007,
remade.
2006.
The Hitcher
around
in
then.
the
Yeah.
this one in the 70s one or 80s, might be 80s, he looks exactly like Viggo Mortensen. Mortensen, how do you say his last name?
I think you did great.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank
got
you
it.
so much.
Yeah, you nailed it. Aragorn.
He's an attractive serial killer.
He's.
It's
That's
it
why
helps.
they
It
let
helps.
him into the car.
Want to get in my
You're
car?
like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll get in your
Real
car.
Okay, but here's the thing: Sophia Bush is in the remake of The Hitcher.
Oh.
Yes,
That's right,
yes,
that's right.
yeah, and the shotgun and the boots. I feel like she's got Uggs on and a shotgun or something.
Okay,
Yeah.
love
I
Uggs
think cowboy
representation.
boots.
I'm gonna watch the remake now. This sounds great.
It's pretty good. It's got a great ending, I think. It's solid. All right.
all right, yeah.
We're on the last pick of the draft. Anthony, Polter-Guys. You're going to finish us off here. What do you got?
I get one pick.
one pick. That'll
Close
be
it
your
out.
10th.
Ooh. Oh man. Interesting.
It so far has been such a treat.
I
This has
just
been so
realized
fun.
that one of the ones I like more is still on the list, and I'm devastated.
Last minute
Damn
swapsy.
it.
Too late.
Okay.
Sorry, Monica.
I'm gonna go with The Omen.
Ooh.
The Omen. Great pick.
It's a really great movie. I watched it again recently, and it hit real hard. It was great. It's terrifying. The dogs.
I feel
oh my
like
god, the dogs.
It's shocking
Great
that
shot.
was the last pick because it's so classic.
I know, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's really great.
Lasted a while.
Small
All
children
right.
are scary.
Especially if they're the son of the devil.
It's a known fact.
All right. Everyone's got their team. So great job, everybody. Round of applause. Everyone did a great job.
Do you want to read off the teams?
So I'll read off the teams, and then we'll all, I guess, take our turn. Vote for someone else's team that you think is the best team.
Okay.
You cannot vote for yourself, and hopefully someone will have at least 2 votes, and they can be the winner between us. But we'll also, again, if you're listening on Spotify on either Spooky Tuesday's show or on Raiders of the Lost podcast or our show, we'll all have a poll up for a team, and you get all of our teams. You get to select who you think has the best movie team.
Nice.
And then the poll will be a great indicator of who really won.
We'll see. We will see.
All right, so Anthony, the Polter-Guys, let's read off your team name. The Exorcist, Jaws, The Shining, A Nightmare on Elm Street, Beetlejuice, Little Shop of Horrors, Videodrome, Evil Dead 2, Hellraiser, and The Omen.
Yeah,
That's
I
an
feel
excellent
like
team,
that's a
Anthony.
really
Excellent
good
team.
team.
That's a really good.
That's
I
strong.
feel like-
I appreciate it.
I feel like he was just going for
Yeah,
like a lot of
you're
the
just
mainstreams that
taking
people
the
will
most
know.
famous
So
ones.
he's
He's
so
so
from the
mainstream.
heart.
all the point.
What
And then
a
he's like,
fucking
but I'm gonna
180.
get one cut with Videodrome, so everybody
I'm
knows
actually
that
the
I'm
genius,
edgy.
yeah.
I love the 180 we
Gotta
just
come for
took.
your life
Oh
right
my
now.
God.
Sorry.
Great team,
We
but
have
also
to
fuck
break
Anthony.
you down so that you don't immediately demolish the competition.
Holy shit! I think you're all jealous that I got Beetlejuice in Little Shop
Yeah,
of Horrors.
no, I mean, I am
Anyways,
I
salty.
just like I don't know how to react to that. Literally on
It
a
is-
dime.
Oh yeah, I think we're all just jealous. It's a really good team.
You guys made me feel so warm and
Here's
loved,
the real
and then
us.
ridiculed.
Oh, we're nice.
We built you up so we could tear you down. All right, Monica's team, Christine and the Scream Queens, The Thing, Possession, Rocky Picture Horror Show, The Wicker Man, The Fly, Friday the 13th, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, Return of the Living Dead, Christine and The Hitcher.
Nice.
Another
Some real
excellent great
bangers
list.
on there.
It's a little quirky.
All
Yeah.
bangers. Next we
It's got
have
personality.
we have Sydney's team. Sparkle Motion has The Evil Dead, Suspiria, Predator, The Lost Boys, Halloween, Deep Red, Young Frankenstein, Pet Sematary, The Amityville Horror, and Fright Night.
Gorgeous.
Nice.
Great team.
Incredible
Get
team.
that team.
My team. Next up, my team: Delbert Grady, Alien, Rosemary's Baby, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, House, Dawn of the Dead, Gremlins, Near Dark, Eraserhead, Cujo, and Don't Look Now. And finally,
Good list, man.
thanks.
Silence.
That was so cool.
No
I
one
loved
said a
it.
fucking
Everyone's
thing.
like,
so
No
good.
one
So
said a
that.
thing. I was like,
I gave you a pity
did
compliment.
the Wi-Fi go out? Like, what's going
Sorry,
on?
I think we all need to form an alliance against Anthony, maybe. So actually, James, I love your list. It's so good.
Thank you so much, Chelsea. Chelsea's team, we are the Stepford Wife Guys, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, An American Werewolf in London, Carrie, The Stepford Wives, Black Christmas, Poltergeist, Piranha, Child's Play, The Hills Have Eyes, and The Reanimator.
Yeah.
Everyone did a wow, these,
Excellent.
Yeah.
I love
great
that
jobs,
list.
everybody.
Sure.
Great
This
job.
would be a great movie marathon.
All right.
Any one of these.
It would. Yeah.
Damn.
I
Anthony's
know.
team's
Ugh.
Yeah,
Here's the thing.
It's like, how did that happen?
Sit there with your little hat distracting us, being incognito
Yeah.
with your little hat.
I'm out here just picking
This fucking
with
guy.
movies I love. I didn't even think about to strategize.
I know. We love you, Anthony.
He like
Don't worry.
even
Hey,
blended.
hey, I
He's
did
got
pick-
a
I did-
musical. He's
hold
got
on.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah, right. I got some depth. Also, I do love all. I mean, I got a Jaws poster.
Yeah,
I
you're
got,
standing by your faves,
what
but
else do I have?
you have a lot of bangers
Yeah.
on there.
Exorcist
Yeah.
We're
poster.
also
Yeah.
coming-
I got evil.
we're
I
coming
got
for your
Beetlejuice in
life
there.
because we're threatened.
Because
and that's,
it's
Yeah.
it's objectively a very good team.
I know, and so we're
I know.
Coming
You're mad
into
about
your
it.
podcast and
we're trying to
bullying you.
manipulate the audience to think it's a bad list and choose
Hey, he's
us
my twin. I'm not
instead.
happy about this either. All right, everything's a competition.
But hey, this is an honest vote, everyone.
God damn it. All right.
Okay, but
Objective
also,
vote.
I just want to say that if you don't vote for me, I'm gonna doubt your commitment to Sparkle Motion.
Wow.
Great reference. Sick reference.
Sick
Your
reference.
references are out of control.
Correct
Everybody knows
around.
that.
Yeah. All right. Let's just go one by one. Everyone vote for a team, not your own team. So Anthony, who are you gonna vote for?
I vote for Sydney. Love it.
All right.
Great,
Sydney
great draft.
gets a vote from Anthony. So you get one sparkle.
Okay.
I'm committed.
Jazz hands.
Monica, who are you gonna vote for?
It's a hard one. It's a really hard one. I think I am going to vote for Sydney as well. Oh, sorry.
Ooh.
Oh, Sydney's
my
got
God.
2 stars. Sydney, your turn to vote.
I am gonna vote for not Anthony, and I'm gonna vote for
babe.
Monica.
Wow.
Monica gets a star. My turn. I am gonna vote with a pain for my evil twin brother. His
It
team
is.
is just stacked.
Why am I evil?
We've
There
all
was
decided
something
to
going
villainize
on.
you.
The hat.
Some way that you got to the rest of us.
Anthony,
We see something.
just a good list,
embrace
man.
it. You're an evil mastermind, and we're all jealous.
I'll embrace it if I win.
His
I'll
top
embrace
3,
I'll
The
embrace it if I
Exorcist,
win.
Jaws, and The Shining. Like, fuck.
Yeah,
All 3
they're
in the top
great.
10. All right, Chelsea, who you voting for?
This is hard. I feel some loyalty to my podcast co-host and also feminism as a whole. But I also, it is hard to deny that Anthony's list is great. That said, I think I have to go with Monica. Because there's a lot of movies on here that I love and have a lot of fun with. Killer Clowns from Outer Space in particular, I think, is winning a lot of favor for me, for sure. And Rocky Horror Picture Show. And those 2 on the same list, actually, is kind of a banger.
Right?
Yeah.
That's a
Just
great back-to-back.
Swoop in and grab Rocky ASAP. It's the
Mhm.
best.
I think those 2 together is doing some real heavy
right.
lifting.
All right, we have a tie then.
Tiebreaker.
Between Monica and Sydney. So how about we do a new vote? And since there's 5 of us,
There can only be one.
someone will have to win.
Well, okay, so I have to vote for Sydney.
All right.
Then, so
I have to vote
Oh,
for Monica.
Okay, you're
that's
okay.
fine.
Sydney
That's
should vote for
fine.
me, and then we can
In
do a little
neutral, good
circle.
out.
Then there's just
But
3
then,
votes,
yeah.
right?
Fair enough.
All right, so there's
Mhm.
So I voted Sydney.
so Anthony, you're gonna go. Are you still Sydney?
Sydney again, yeah.
All right, and then going through the lists. Oh man, this is tough. I'm gonna go
It's down to
Monica.
thank you.
Wow, Chelsea.
Wow.
Chelsea, you're the.
Are you gonna?
Chelsea,
are you
Which
gonna
one
back
should
up
your
those
co-host
I
do you like
said?
better?
Change your vote.
Wow.
Now you wish you voted for me.
Crazy.
You should've voted for Anthony.
Actually, we do think Anthony is taking some points. No, I think I gotta stick with my Monica vote from round 1 of voting.
Monica.
I
Monica
know,
wins
it's like-
the draft
First draft
for
went
the show.
so
It's
well.
the Killer Clowns. Monica's like,
I
I love
actually
sports.
am
sports.
very into drafting. I'll do any
Sports
sort
are
of draft.
fun.
Did I get a
I
touchdown?
think we all kind of know in our hearts who won, but who maybe had the best team.
Then why didn't that person
Well,
get the
it's
vote?
politics, baby. You
Answer
gotta,
me
you
that.
gotta appeal to
You
your
gotta work the
voters.
crowd.
Politics.
You gotta
Hey, at
play
least
the
you
game.
gotta vote. Me and Chelsea
Yeah,
over here are just like.
yeah,
Twin
Chance
brother
and
does not
actually
count.
forming an alliance. What's that about?
You guys,
For real.
y'all have a
Next
really
time.
good list, both of you. Okay, I'm
Thanks,
sorry.
Monica.
And here's the thing: we still have Spotify. Y'all could
Yeah,
sleeper
really-
hit.
True.
Really vote
Yeah.
for
Again,
Team
so everyone
Wi-Fis.
listening, go on Spotify. Even if you listen on Apple Podcasts or YouTube, wherever, go on Spotify if you have it, and you can vote on the poll for both Spooky Tuesday's account if you're listening there, or
We
on
can do
Raiders of
a
Lost
poll on
Podcast.
Instagram too.
Yeah, but either one. Yeah, we can do Instagram
Yeah.
as well. Can you do 5 options? on
I think
Instagram?
only
I
4,
think-
and then
I think
it'll
maybe
only
up-
be 24
Only
hours.
4, yeah. So we'll just cut you out.
So, how about just vote on Spotify, Anthony?
Spotify's good.
Perfect.
Spotify's good. And we'd love for everyone to interact and just leave your vote there. That'll be a lot of fun. But Spooky Tuesday, thank you so much for joining us for our first ever movie draft.
This was so
fun.
This
fun.
was such a blast.
Yeah.
It's posting on both of our shows at the same day, Thursday. Definitely, if you're listening to Raiders of Lost Podcast, our fans and listeners, go check out Spooky Tuesday. Spooky Tuesday, hope you give us a shot. We cover a bunch of movies as well. And this was such a
Yeah,
blast.
we'll have to
seriously.
do like early 2000s horror next time. That's
yeah.
really my genre.
yeah.
Yeah.
And 90s.
I'm gonna watch
I
one of
agree.
these tonight.
I
I'm
agree.
craving
I'm
horror
thinking one of
now.
these two and watch it.
Remake
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm
draft.
thinking maybe Christine.
I might do Black
Chloe
Christmas.
Moritz.
I'm feeling a
Draft.
slasher tonight. Slasher tonight.
Like Grace Moretz draft.
But yeah, we really
Remakes
appreciate you
only.
guys coming up with this idea. It was super fun. And hello to all of the Raiders of the Lost podcast listeners. If you like spooky things, if you like the sound of our voices, if you like making horror movies gayer, do you like Matthew Lillard? All of these things and more you can find at Spooky Tuesday. Follow us.
Get a
Matthew
little
Lillard
woozy
would
here,
vote for
Billy.
me. I'm just saying.
Did you really call my mom and dad? Did you really call
Mom and Dad are gonna be so mad at me.
Big fans of Matthew on the pod. Matty Lily, as we call him.
Oh, he's awesome.
As any of his close
We're-
friends.
we're
upset that-
Oh, of course.
They shouldn't have killed him in Scream. They shouldn't have killed him.
No, but like, how come Billy gets to be a ghost? But
I know.
Not,
You
not
never
him,
know.
He's
huh?
still
Why can't
alive.
Stan, why can't
It
Stan be a
really
ghost?
feels like they're
Alive.
setting up a comeback.
Too late.
Yeah,
I
Stu
hope
lives.
so. People,
they
gotta,
they have to do
they
that.
gotta do something. I mean, they're gonna be on the 7th one. They're like, what are we gonna do? All right, Stan's alive. I mean, Stu's alive. Stan or Stu?
Stu.
He was
Stu's
supposed
alive.
to be the
Stu's
killer
alive.
in
Get
the
it right.
second one.
Wow,
They couldn't
fake
do
fan.
it. Or the third one, sorry.
Have you even seen Scream?
Never. All right. Well, that wraps this episode. Thanks again, Spooky Tuesday. This was so much fun. Everyone listening, you can find us, Raiders of the Lost Podcast, everywhere. Spooky Tuesday, find them everywhere as well. Take care and stay spooky.
See you next time.
Bye, spookies.
Spooky Tuesday was created by Monica Height, Sydney Thompson, and Chelsea Duff, and edited by Sydney Thompson. Our gorgeously spooky tunes are all thanks to Tamara Simons, who you can follow on Instagram at Captain Tamara, and our podcast art is by Mary Murphy, who you can find on Instagram at the_moon_OMG.